Tongue in your belly.
Like on Nigeria.
The words, I don't know if the funny, the good, the bad thing about this song is a joke, but it has the potential.
Is it true that
to actually be just the whole
No,
mix
people
of
legitimately do at times they sing. I need a voice that's really
Right.
sing.
no, but
And I'm mocking the man, the artist.
but it proves that the rhythm is almost the most important thing.
Oh.
right?
Because
Some people that says this just need a rhythm singer.
yeah, man. Once have a rhythm.
Based on the lyrics.
I'm not saying one shit.
But it's like it must said that's what's happening in the current space now. Like people just is like them not is that them them not say nothing or what them say is
Don't
coming
in your
out
belly.
yes.
Coming on your ear.
Come on, we run to your ear side.
But it's so illogical. But no one ever said I make no logical sense.
Oh
The man
God.
say you just strip away the music and just listen to whatever lyrics or some artists that are saying.
Me that watch one on TikTok, like the man have no theme in his songs, like, and him can DJ, you know. But like the man does a DJ say, yo, the girl love me, then me go for me got that boss it. Like what?
Wait,
Then-
what?
then why you boss it?
Yeah, where they going?
Like, is a girl song, is a gun. Where are we with this?
She love good
Yeah.
one.
Me reach the point where me like comment like that, you have to just find a team.
Wait, you nearly comment like that. That's fine, not team.
Yeah.
This
Some
is
people start loading
Damion
them.
Crawford here.
Comment like your shit.
Damion Crawford here, sir. I suggest you find that team.
I see the potential.
I see the potential.
Man can DJ with the brother does anything will come my last mind. The boss say, yo.
God.
Yeah, me hungry, I eat some food and she love me and my boss my gun and I'm like, what? Mama is the greatest. Okay.
That's hilarious. That's
What are we
hilarious.
going for here?
Anyways, we'll start. You people, welcome back to the Fix Podcast, episode 289. That? No? Yes?
Yes.
We're now here with Ari, Javi. And if you can't
up?
tell, you hear the voice, you see the locks. Sir Damion Crawford in the building. Yet again, friend of the show.
Right?
What's up?
Officially.
What's up, sir?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, you know, say, true, me one of the first man when I do it from one of the for you. I see other politician, I start getting nervous. I need to show up.
Hey. I thought we were cool.
Yeah.
Let's not forget where it started.
Yeah. When we had the radio, come on, guys.
Well, I wonder because even people are saying like, oh, you want to see my fix a lead one side. Then forget which person was the first politician of Parliament.
Yeah.
The first one. That's crazy.
When they were afraid to come on, you know?
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, when we see like them a call in and them think them as a wait, what go on? A 4-hour segment, you understand? Yeah.
What tell the message him send me, man. Nigel, Andrew, Fayval, them a go down. Them have to go down. By 12 o'clock Wednesday night.
Mess.
All Babsy I got down too.
Him drop your bombs it.
Nah,
Not
minding her
anti-Babs.
Actually, call her to free. She walk and tell everybody after tonight she not tell nobody say we call her auntie.
Everybody calls her auntie.
By 12 midnight.
By 12 midnight.
What's gonna happen?
Them a go down. According to Circa. Make that straight. Oh, God.
Ari, I for going like everything you say. It's awesome.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch the one with Nigel in the shop. Go like she in awe of everything I say. If you're not in awe, I have a problem.
Why?
You have to don't understand nothing when I say.
No.
Yes.
Do you have
say.
concept in mind like catastrophe band? You need to have them type of concept they were
man,
just.
take insurance and us make it sound excellent. Like
But did we have it before?
we never needed it before.
We never needed
Many
it.
countries had it before. Mexico have catastrophe band from 2006. So the man does say we're the first small country.
Yeah.
Because Mexico big.
Yeah.
Catastrophe band is an insurance.
Yeah.
It's just as crowdsourced insurance. So you basically go to the market and the market bet on if we get a hurricane. You don't bet on if the government is good. The market is betting against a hurricane coming to Jamaica.
Yeah.
So how is that an achievement?
To put it in place.
To say, okay, guys, do you think a hurricane is going to come? Because how the catastrophe bond works is that I buy the government, I put some money aside and the government pays me interest. If a hurricane comes, then I lose the the money that I put aside.
Yeah.
So therefore, what I'm betting against is a hurricane. The investor is not investing in a business where say if the country run good, I'm gonna make money. If the country run the worst or run perfect, if a hurricane come, he loses his money. So his real risk is nature.
Yeah.
Right. So the minister come and say, we're doing so great because we get a man to bet against nature. That's Jesus though.
Wait, what?
Man just saying,
Jesus.
yeah. So a country like Barbados or St. Kitts might not be a good bet because they're right down in the Atlantic. That's a where the hurricane more likely to hit them.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're not going to put your money, or you have to get a high premium. So they're saying, we're not going to pay this. This premium is too high. What a man going to take for that bet? Yeah, like you go race as the house. So what list is 99-1. You understand? So they're saying, Jamaica will get none for a while. They're far away, whatever. Some turn, it look like some nature thing. I see we're blessed. I'll bet.
Not that we won't get a hurricane.
Right.
But then the catastrophe fund too was able to use for the COVID relief.
Because that's a catastrophe.
Right. So it's just
and I don't think,
place.
I'm not even sure that we had a catastrophe bond for COVID. But if we did, it's just still a bet against, it's not based on the government's actions.
Right.
You understand? So because, and I was there like, this sound like say something, I go on. Till I'm like, but isn't that an insurance though?
Yeah. No, you're right. It is.
Right.
Did we
Which
have
she could have taken it from a company. We have taken many types of insurance. We have taken a bond out on oil, for example. That's an insurance too on the prices of oil. So we take out a bond, we call it a hedge.
So like if the barrel or the shipment of oil not coming in or whatever may cause the delay of the oil.
No. If the price of oil go past a certain amount, then they have to the people who we take the hedge with, them have to take the hit. So we kind of protected that oil is at $70, let's say. And if you got $500 fee in business, that you understand? I hedge some oil and buy a certain amount of barrels at $70. Now if they're $30, I'm still have to give him $70. And so insurance, I'll me have insurance much less. You understand? So I take out a catastrophe health bond for if I'm sick. You understand?
Why?
Right? So,
why?
But he has a way of.
But you know, that's good though. It's good.
Yeah. But the
catastrophe
proof of smart is not to make me not understand. Proof of smart is to make me understand.
Okay.
So, but I find that the minister try to make me don't understand.
No. Mr. Crawford, that's not what I'm doing.
Give my yellow card. Give my yellow card, Jams.
I just might have to give you my yellow card.
I saw that the yellow wasn't sufficient.
Why?
I'm relative still, but I mean, you can't just make me not understand, man. It's just a regular thing.
What is it about the interview that we do? Honestly.
No, all right. I hear them because I'm watching the show.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm going to come like my children. I'm proud of them because I'm soon from when I do little things.
Yeah.
Every time I come, I make them.
Never forget when the connect was made through Twitter.
Yeah. And say, yo, come in. I'm going to say, yeah, man, come 2 o'clock. And
it's very simple.
So, me see what I want to do. I'm going to say how no. And we're at the forefront of content creation. I mean, not everybody do it because it's popular, but you were at the forefront. You took a risk, right? I don't know if you had a bond.
But
then I see, like the minister says, I called 5 PMP people to ask them if they want a raise, and they agreed. How you choose which 5? If you were consult to the PMP, you can't choose who you consult with. You call the leader. And then the leader said, these are my 5. Okay. So you choose 5 people and say, they say yes. So therefore PMP agreed. How you reach to that? That is crazy. And then he says, and if they didn't agree, we wouldn't do it. We don't agree with state of emergency. We have a court. You still do it. 90% of what the JP do, we don't agree with. And you still do it. So what is the basis of the presumption that on this particular one, had we not agreed?
What was the issue?
The increase in salaries.
Right?
Okay.
And the we is 5 people that he chose. The competing man choose 5 people that he wants to talk to. Don't go through no letter to the leader, no nothing.
Okay.
And said they agreed on behalf of the rest.
Okay.
How is that so? You understand? And it's not like everybody no want a raise up here. My only problem is, I think there is no fairness. If you are at the number 1 in the Caribbean and the teacher is at the number 9, if you're at 1 and teacher is at 1, you're going to get more than teacher because you are in a higher position with greater risk and greater responsibilities. But if the teacher is at 9, I think the government for the 9 in the context of relative to other governments. And nurse for the 9 and the whole of we for us there 9 because we're a 9 country. But we can't be a 1 country for government and politicians and a 7 country for police and a 9 country. There's no equity. So nobody knows no, they don't want to raise. We're saying if you say we're too broke for afford X and you're the decision maker, then you must also apply that to yourself. Because even if you can afford you, because a 63 of them and 20,000 teachers,
Right.
Yeah.
the context of the conversation as the decision maker, when me said to my youth, babes, we can't afford to send it to prep school, and then I'm on a ballet trip.
Yeah, okay.
Even though the prep school dearer than the ballet trip, the concept of it seems inequitable. So therefore, these are some of the little things where I say, yo, I feel that my duty is to make people understand.
Right. Well, I didn't know that he chose the people he called.
Yeah.
But, okay.
And then say Mark turn back. Like, how did we turn back?
Okay.
You understand?
Well, I saw that Mark was one of the first.
No.
I would assume.
No, then you'd have to
the
brawling.
leader.
You'd have to call it all brawling like, yo, you were there.
Yeah.
You know, so these are some of the little things. But that's just political communication, you know what I mean? Because if nobody investigated, then it left for the assumption that, oh, well, it must went to the leader. It's just magical.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Wow.
You understand? So those are some of the little things, you know, like they say, the salaries of the teachers were doubled. That's because you removed their benefits. So when you get your total package, you have salaries and then you have benefits. So let us say you have $100 salary and $50 benefits. And then you say, okay, your new salary is $200. You get 100% increase in your salary, but I've removed all your benefits.
No, but then the benefits is subsumed to the salary.
So the new salary, so my total package is not 100%. You can now say 100% using only the salary portion.
Yeah.
When you have removed my benefits. So my total remuneration gone up by 30%, but you are work as a 100% because the salary component has gone up by 100%.
Yeah, but then, if it's even if the salary is 100 and the benefits is 50,
Yes.
that's 150.
Right.
But then we've said we'll take away the benefits, or like
Right.
we'll say not benefits, but just giving you a salary increase.
So you get
overall.
$200
Yes,
in total.
In total.
So you walk and say you get 100% raise.
But then the benefits is usually a part of the enumeration package.
Yes.
So it's like salary and benefits. So
Right.
it's considered a part of your salary.
So
the benefits.
the teacher considered that,
Yeah,
but
the
in his
benefits.
arguments, he's not considering that. So he's saying 100% because it moved from $100 to $200.
Yeah.
The salary component. But your total remuneration moved from $150 to $200. So the teacher now is saying, "Man, I get enough." And then we're saying, because why would teachers be so wicked?
I get what
costing
you're
100%.
Okay.
You understand? Like nobody
Okay.
asked that. Say, so I saw them people are mad that them cost 100%. These are maths teachers, and they're angry at 100% increase. Then something wrong with these teachers because there's not 100% increase. There's some 30 and 20 and them stuff there. So because you look at your total package.
Yeah.
In addition, my allowances weren't taxed. So now that you roll that up in my salary now, my
everything is now
total
taxed.
thing tax.
Yeah.
So my take home, because nobody cares about gross.
Yeah.
When me I carry on my
Yeah,
yard.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's now like all $10 more.
Yeah.
So these are things now, and this is one of the things I believe that is creating animosity towards the government, because when we call it gaslighting, we call it take a feed that.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Because
I'm very not this gaslighting. Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't us, but
you guarantee you just
I
watch
want to
it.
popularize it, man.
The person I got always feel a little bit disappointed that you're saying I'm a liar. Because if I'm saying, yo, this is not enough, and you're saying 100% can't, it must be enough. When I know say 30 or 15 or 20, I feel like you're violating me.
Yeah.
And that is some of the things that I don't
Okay, I
like.
get what you're
You know
saying.
I mean?
Yeah, I actually, I got
For
you.
the sake of, messaging and marketing.
Yeah.
This is what.
Yeah, because
They said
but you can't convince the teacher because the teacher know what she get. So therefore, are you trying to turn the public against the teacher? That you couldn't convince me. Me know say me say get $1.50 and now me I get $2. So me know say it's not 100. So who are you trying to sell this message to? Who is your target audience? It must be to the parent to say, "Yo, them teacher are wicked." You understand my point? So the teacher now say, "Yeah, set me up."
Yeah.
You
I'm
get
complaining for nothing.
I complain for nothing because a man we don't get a raise. I say, "Yo, them wicked."
Yeah.
So these are the things that I don't particularly like. You know what I mean? If we can only afford 30, we just come so we can afford 30.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? So that is the thing.
To notch Nigel off of the list. What do you think about the whole the fracas, if you will, with Mark? Well, it wasn't really a fracas between Mark and Juliet, but that whole saga, if you will.
All right. In that point now, he made a very good point that I never analyzed. Nigel made a good point.
Okay.
He said there was a person before Juliet in the position that was Dalrymple. And the person had the same opinion. So by extension, it is more of a party opinion, JLP opinion, than a
wife,
Andrew and his
spouse.
Associates, in this case, spouse opinion. Because there's evidence of a similar opinion that existed before. I'm like, yo, that's a good point still. Good ball. You understand?
Yeah.
However, democracy survives. The greater the separation between the decision makers and the people who are the auditors. And in this case, Andrew and the cabinet are the decision makers, and then the parliament are supposed to be the auditors. So there is concern, even if not in this situation alone, that there is a co-joining of those two positions.
Or possible conflict of interest.
By extension, it is the co-joining because her interest is intricately tied to the Prime Minister's interest. You understand?
Vis-a-vis
and greater than if she was only in his party, because equally in the party interests are also tied. But there's a greater tie if you are my wife, if you're my daughter, if you're my whatever.
And I'm in charge of parliament.
Right. And if I was to go to court and see my mother as the judge,
you're gonna feel good.
I'm winning this case. You understand? Because at the fringe, when a mistake is to be made, it is likely she will make a mistake on behalf of the person she's tied to. You understand? Now, I think that he and the General JLP were unfair because it is the norm not to resist the speaker. So you have never seen in the evidence of Jamaica's history that a speaker is assigned and somebody get up and say, nah, right? It is the norm for both the opposition because the speaker is the referee. So at least until the game start, we have to go on like when the referee good. Now if I see him give my brethren 3 red card and I start to say, yo, how can I referee this? Assumption that there was no concern because of the practice. Is not a fair assumption because the practice have been held throughout time. What we have seen with this new politics, however, is that the practices that we used to have are going to be cast asunder because nobody now going to allow themselves to be accused again. You understand? In this way. So, for example, when the JLP had the state of emergency, I was never in support of it. Right? Now, I voted the first time. I abstained and then I voted.
Wait. You abstained and you voted against it?
I abstained that first time. Then I vote for it the second time. And one of the reasons I vote for it is because the hurdles that you must cross in political decision making. The first hurdle is, can it work? Right? So you say, yo, me not think it can work. But you know the point I say, I may not think. I have no evidence until time has proven it to be true. So therefore, after 6, 7, 8 times when me have evidence now say it can't work, I can now say this hurdle is not crossed. But at the point where it never put in yet, I'm simply based on assumption. I know I have to say, all right, what's the second hurdle? The second hurdle is it along the rules, which is the constitution, etc. Everything that makes sense have rules. Rules of the game, rules of evidence, rules of business. The country, the government also have rules. Now, if it can't work, maybe we have to change the rules. So that's why if it can work, it's the first hurdle. Because if it can work, me I got parliament tomorrow, let's change the rules. But if it can't work and it don't abide by the rules, the third one which I voted for, because I never know if the rules, remember we got court for proof if the rules were being broken.
Right.
But the third hurdle is to give the government the ability to govern. The role that we play in opposition is not an obstructionist role. It is a role of protection. Don't make them abuse power. But government must be given the ability to govern, otherwise the country not gonna move. So when me comes and say, yo, I'm not sure if it can work, I don't think it can. I'm not sure if it is within the rule. I don't think it is. But give them the ability to govern. I say, all right, go on. After the court say, yo, this is unconstitutional, me now have proof of the second hurdle. This not in the rules. So now me have to vote no. And then now, me see it a keep and crime now go down. So therefore, the first 2 hurdles kick over, brought down. Me not reach govern now. So that I changed my opinion. You gonna come and say, yo, you vote about it the first time.
And then they say, yo, flip-flop.
Okay.
When we got up and say, yo, this not right and this not gonna work, but go on, you know. It's not like we just say, yo, thank you, the best thing. We spoke. On the facts that, yo, this don't make sense. We spoke on the facts that we think this is illegal. We got court.
And prove that it's illegal.
And prove eventually.
Well, unconstitutional.
Right, unconstitutional. But you're going to say that I had no right now to say, yo, bro, you got 5 years or 4 years or 3 years and it don't give anything. And you're locking up thousands of youth and it's 390 gangs and you haven't crumbled one. The Minister of Security said they have 390 gangs. Give me a report now. How much were they? Possibly 500 now.
Wow.
So I got the wrong direction.
Can we say 300? You don't know.
But they are 5.
No, well, you see.
And it's like them thought one and them come up again. Them always up.
Is that a minister would have come tell you if 90 done? So once him silent, you have to wonder if the good is not good news. Because me can tell you, if me a Minister of Security, and me move from 300 to 390 to 380, and news me upon, yes, by the way, 10 gangs. He's crumbling.
Yeah. Well, it's like walk. Even if you say, yeah, would stop 10, but then pop up again and it's like 15.
No matter that.
But a lot of that was happening.
10.
Yeah, me and Metro
But then
report on
you
the
stop
10.
10 and then
That's our next week. You
50
come talk about the 15. Next week you come talk about the 50 there.
it's like, no, because what happened, the complaint is that yes, the what you call it again? The state of emergencies that they put up in the community, the residents, there's a perception of safety for the residents, and most times, and what's reported is that the gang members them migrate out to the community at that time. So it's like them come up in other communities that there wasn't a previous state of emergency. Them come, them create havoc. There, so you need to move there to
Manchester is an example.
Whack-a-mole.
St. Elizabeth is an example.
Yeah.
Because it's called the balloon effect. You squeeze one side of the balloon, the air goes over to the other side of the balloon. So if it is that you come into my space, in the criminal space, and then the criminal migrate, he migrates with his personality, he migrates with his intent, and then now he start to recruit within that space.
In the new space where them go
the new
to.
space. So now when him start to recruit, especially because him have a good platform, because our culture is now towards negativity and criminality. So therefore you come in and you have to go and you have to this and you have to carry have some money, you'll quickly find people where you want to parry to be around you and things like that. So when we look at those evidence and see like, Portland was increasing, Manchester was increasing, St. Elizabeth was increasing. Yes, St. James was reducing, but the overall total was also increasing. We say, this man, you're not getting a vote today. You understand? Now to use that to say that is fickle or our statements were constant. We don't think this makes sense. It is the vote that changed because
based on new evidence
and the first 2 hurdles, the 2 hurdles that I thought you couldn't cross. Me see a Japan turn over and chip up. So now I'm saying, yo, bro, you can't get no vote because you don't cross hurdle 1 and hurdle 2 for me to reach give government the benefit. You understand? Because what you should do is after the government doing thing, I campaign and say what list. But I should give him the benefit
of
governing. Yes. Because if he can't govern, what is going to happen? You understand? If a hurricane come now and we have a low Andrew say, you move, you think me can go up on TV, who do not move? Then, you understand? Even if no flood not come there, so make it be that everybody's safe. Because the government has the opportunity. Yes. But if me think that he's been against the rules, that the rules don't allow this, or I think that it is not going to work, and I'm sure of it, then I would not reach to the government part. I would resist it at the first 2 hurdles. So that was the reason why when the proof came, we changed our mind.
I mean, and for the most part, I understand that, especially with the change with, because Philip Powell, he represented the opposition and approved or voted yea in support
That
of...
one was with the DPP.
Wasn't it?
Julian Robinson was the SOE. But then we went back to court.
No, I move off the state of emergency. I was talking
with
about
the DPP.
Juliet, Minister.
Oh yes, he spoke in the parliament.
So I thought, well, that was the beginning. That's what I was saying. But I think we probably really need to.
Control hearing.
Yeah, I think that we should allow for that too, for real. Like maybe do change your mind based on evidence, newly presented evidence.
Yes.
So I don't think everything should be so hard and fast.
And you shouldn't be at odds at every moment. Because 70% of things I think we and the JLP agree on. It's really the 30% that make we want the government.
I've always said is agree on pretty much
Most
the
things.
going forward in the country, just how when they get there.
And all right, so the
So
catastrophe.
when they want to go north coast and they want to go south coast.
They have a catastrophe.
Same for us.
We might disagree on what the amount should be. Maybe it should be 5 billion and you say it should be 3. So that is a basis of disagreement. Don't mean I disagree on the catastrophe ban. Maybe we believe it shouldn't be hurricane alone, it should be flood. Like how do you define catastrophe in the conversation? Because heavy rains cannot be hurricane and mash up the whole place same way.
That's true.
So therefore, should there be a catastrophe? Should the catastrophe be flooding? And if a hurricane causes flooding, so you go. And if a regular rain, so those are the basis of disagreements that you often find in the how and the. But enough time you agree with the concept.
Yeah.
You understand, but you have certain differences.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes feel that because you're opposition, you need to oppose more than you actually do?
Not me personally.
But I feel that a lot of that does go
Some
on.
people, because remember, when you have a spokesperson role, meaning you have an opposition role, like on my education, you have a duty to say something almost on everything that is an issue, right? So by extension, sometimes you overreach because it is an issue. The public is concerned about it, and then your party start to say, oh, you know, say nothing or whatever. Because I've developed certain public notoriety already, I don't have a need to talk every day. You understand? I can pick and choose when. But there was a time when I just start every day, I lick them every day.
I remember that.
But now you can just say, all right, I'm going to touch this topic. And then I have created in my mind the total of what I want to see. So if it not affect the total, I can allow it. You understand? But there is a need because your party wants an active opposition. And so people will jump onto these things. It is up to the market now, the jury, to say, all right, what you're saying, I would want that. Or so that's why I say whenever I try to put proposals in place.
Which I must say, that's true. You've been consistent in that area where it's not just say nay, but nay, and this is the reason why I say nay.
And this is what to do.
This. Yeah.
And then them consistently teeth it, you know what I mean?
That's not the idea.
And you know about the list?
Yeah, man.
Who's next? Because it's an Andrew TV, your 24-hour entertainment zone idea.
It's hard for me to say he stole the idea because he's taking pieces of it. You understand? So I can't say him take my cake if him only take the egg. Him don't know if he do the butter, him don't know if he do the sugar. Him just take the egg and I run down with it and say, yo, me have the egg. Possibly like a fright. And then now birthday come, people have a cut egg. You understand? Because he doesn't know how to bake a cake. I have immersed myself into entertainment, you know. I remember I was the junior minister for entertainment. But I also see it as a industry for the poor. You understand? People make life out of entertainment who don't have high investment. So if you don't protect that industry, then some of them youth always say I drive these or whatever we call it now.
Skateboards.
Yeah, it was skate on the toll. They wouldn't have been able to skate for the toll. Cartel, bounty, there's evidence that them is a self-figure. You understand? Selectors will make life out of it. Round robin is sustaining enough people's life. So more so than just I enjoy it. I see it as an avenue for poor people to make a living. So I studied it. When you put one entertainment zone, which is one venue, to a place where you have 2,000 events every weekend, then all you're doing is to create a demand and supply problem. So the cost of that venue is then going to be a major issue because it's going to be bidded up by people who, in fact, may not pay a fee for the whole year. and then unrent it back. Because it's only one place have this benefit.
But to be fair, you know, whenever I hear them say things about, you know, the entertainment zone, they usually say it's usually coupled with first. Yeah. So it seems like them have a mindset to have more than one.
Well, then you can say these are the 10 spots that we have identified, and this is the first.
Okay.
No spot has been identified.
No other 9 spot.
Right. You know, say the other 9 spot. Now, from them time, like, first of all, we said to them, you can't only have one type of zone. Because enough of our parties are not venued parties. They're street dances. So the man really make a money from people coming in free and buying some liquor. If that is the average circumstance, then you can just put some zone someplace where people have to go now find bus fare. People, by the time you reach the zone, you can't buy no liquor, you know, for some of the events that exist. Because you don't have JUTC after 10 o'clock.
At that point, what is sense if you can't buy it?
Right, so it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So therefore, you need community zones, right? So you have to be able to say, oh, all right, is it this community display field? Wednesday is the zone night, or Friday is the zone night.
Right.
And you can go 24 hours. So if you want to go 24 hours, this night you have to choose. You understand? And you then try to book one of them Friday night if it's that you want. You then also need to utilize other spaces. Jamaica is one of the worst at multiple utilization. So therefore, the stadium in America, it'll keep a concert, it'll do this. We just want it to be a stadium. You understand?
right.
So
Right.
therefore, you have all these car parks and all those places within the commercial spaces that the height of the building and all of those things prevent sound travel. Because the only reason for a zone is to prevent noise nuisance. You know? It's not out of joy and fun. It's the separation of the noise nuisance from the residents who don't want to participate in the noise nuisance. So therefore, when it's a community zone, you might give him a day. So it's a day zoning more so than a place zoning. This place, this day. But then now you have the commercial spaces that you could utilize, the car parks, things like that. And then now that's become another type of zone.
Right.
Multiplying the available options. So when I was in the tourism, in the entertainment ministry, we were testing the car parks downtown, gone in a Tivoli to see how sound travel. We were going over by the airport where the old Coal Wharf, Fort Rocky, testing sound to see if it reached to Harbour View, so that all those things could be a multiplicity of zone options. Now we know dancehall. A man put up a cloth around it and it said ready, you know. So we never have to go build out this and say, oh, we build out a zone for you, because enough of them depend on a play field and say, oh, this is the baddest play field me ever depend, right?
Yeah.
So the dance don't need a club. You get me?
Yeah.
Now what they are doing now with what we did say Fort Rocky and what we did say with over by thing there was party towns.
Palisados.
No, Fort Rocky is Palisados and then over by Portmore. Right? Which we highlighted. Is party towns. So you want a space that you can go eat, movie, this, that, and 7, 8 venues are there within that space.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to go somewhere, you know, say something over here. So you build out a full party town with parking, but then you have to start think logical. People are used to this place, they might drink liquor. So every party town that we design, we say, it must have a detox center. So you have to have a detox center because the man don't used to drive in this road. So you have to be a man dead after them drink alcohol because they don't know to navigate.
Yeah.
You understand this particular place. Sometime, and we now recommend drunk driving, but sometime when you are drinking and you drive on your regular route, you kind of have a little vibrations of muscle memory or whatever. But when you carry a man now in a bush, because by extension he has to be far away and he don't used to hear, so you know have to put in detox rules and you have to check in him key and he have to blow before him go back in. So that's why I say you take the egg.
Yeah.
It's like how them take the egg and go over by 7th Avenue when Sands keep and mash up that concept, because we say 7th Avenue is a place for entertainment, but it has to be shuttled. Them never put in the shuttle part and then traffic make people can't go airport and now nothing can keep over them. You understand? At that time we identify Kier, a big parking area, and said this is where the parking should be.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why I always jump up and say, the idea is because you kill it by taking the egg and leaving the butter and leaving the sugar. You understand? So you put one venue over there on $1 million a night and everybody start to cuss and say zoning a foolishness because you never build out the concept.
So a couple of things, Sir Crawford. I want to read it when you retweet Andrew Holness tweet about the announcement for the entertainment zone. One day the basis of Jamaica's prejudice will be revealed. The prejudice which makes when I say things it's ridicule, and when it's repeated it's genius. At some point it will be accepted that I'm ahead of them. But this thread will show just a few.
Yeah.
Where's the prejudice What you mean, against
the
you?
first thing is that them already accept me either them. The country now start to say me is the idea man. You understand? Yeah, because if a man say goat right now, if I have a curry goat, them say Damion think that, you know. You understand? I tell you, say, I laugh one night when I see somebody say cartel going to Privy Council was Crawford idea, because you know, every minute we jump up and I say, oh my idea.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you say that?
God.
Did you?
No.
You see how you get tricked up.
Right?
No,
You did say for real?
sometimes I have found that when I recommend something, and there are reasons for prejudice, how I look, how I act, how I talk.
Yeah, so me ask you
You
what?
know what I mean?
feel?
How I sit down. All of that people will look upon, and then, you understand? Maybe if me never make them understand, like Nigel, them that says a good idea. You know what
Are the glasses? Are the glasses, bro? You don't see the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses. You understand? Or to tell me they'd work for a big, whatever it is. You understand? Or maybe you may not have the power, man, to really listen. Because you don't really have the authority. So what you're saying now is just talk. You understand? But I've seen
Like, good idea,
a consistent, you know what I mean? Like, one day maybe. But I've seen consistently. I remember when I came and said, yo, listen, we need to subsidize electricity bills. And they're like, yo, we are going that. You can't afford it, really. And then I see them just go in parliament and announce them a subsidize electricity bills. Nigel announced it. And then when Naro was announced, he said, we cannot follow the PMP because they don't have any ideas. And then he announced my idea. I'm like, did I say? Did I only think?
But the thing is,
Sir Crawford, but
Yeah. And then, you know, like, you know, time a man kick it up on the field and the ref and us and look
Yeah.
and you say, ref, you don't see that, right?
I'm over here.
And
Lisa Kid says thank you.
I'm not telling you, them beat me, you know, like the country, me have to dip on TV, explain, and Dan Jackson, I say, Cliff, use a laugh. And then Nigel say to me, them I say, yo, genius. And I'm like, no.
But the thing is that, can you be them always say, gonna give one man one idea.
True.
I mean, you
But
know.
if I mean first say it and Nigel himself, they say it couldn't work. And then,
maybe
All
at
of
the
us would
time
make
it
it
couldn't
work.
because it's just utter madness.
I guess that is the thing, because it's one thing to say, oh, you give your idea, but then when somebody say, oh, when I think that'll work, and then them take the idea
Yeah, and then I take praise for it.
But the next thing that we are gonna get to is that, okay, you propose these ideas, but who actually get it done? That was an argument
No,
against,
all right.
you know,
First
what
of
you
all,
what you said.
But let me say, all right. So let me just finish the point by saying, yo, listen, there was no way we could intervene to the public without paying for households because of how Jamaica is set up. For example, if you check something and say, we're going to give a check, to whom? Who is the head of the family? Couple of adults live with the mother, a war broke out, man chop up one another. Plus you couldn't give enough for it to share. So the only way you could have really sustain something is to make a necessity, a utility, be affordable, maybe free or whatever, right? So we said the average person was paying $4,000. So if we give them the $4,000 in the bill, there was a method to give it. And they had to do it because there was no other way. You understand? It's just that we were 10 steps ahead of them. As Cartel said, they don't eat if I don't.
I got the same phrase.
See, then we come back again now, right? And we're saying, yo, I'm going to try this goat thing. Not because me think say, yo, goat is anything special to eat or whatever, right? But because goat is the only thing we could have think of, we don't need constant feed. You know, have to buy feed. A man with broken pauperized, how is he going to buy feed for a year when he can't feed himself? So you have to give him something we don't need that constant expense. That's why I'm not say give him chicken, because he have to buy feed, or give him pig, he have to buy feed. But the goat can have grass. You understand? He might not fat as he could be, but he might go fat enough for you make money. So we say, yo, deal with this. Remember them start calling me goat man. When them see me, them say, man. You understand? All these things.
I
Right?
remember that.
For real?
Yeah.
We never know about the man part, but we don't say
Them
it.
just about goat in a PMP clothes.
Judge.
Carry the goat coming, I'm sure.
Oh no.
See?
Damn.
But that woman hold my vibes and say, all right, I'm going to prove it. So I'm going to do my own thing and invest my money and say, yo, I'm going to prove this concept. And then let's see the government start to say, you know, goats is the right thing. Take picture with goat. I said, what on this?
Not Billy.
Look like all of the same goat with the orange shirt. I said, yo, this not right. You understand? So
I said the goat look fresher
Yeah,
now.
man, the goat look like-
Give him a line. So entirely new goat, but I see him goat.
so them just keep on just doing those things. And so, as I said, some people say, yo, it is who implemented. That can't make sense because the first thing is that there are hurdles again to an idea. The first thing is that I must say to myself, what is right? That's the first thing to an idea. So if you don't know what is right, it don't even make sense to start going further. And you have to have something in your mind of what is the outcome that is acceptable.
Yeah.
Then you look and say, what exists? Because that's the only way you know what's wrong. It is the combination or comparison of what exists and what is right that you know what's wrong. So if I say every plate you have 3 dumplings, and then when we look on a plate it have 5, something is wrong. If it have 1, something is wrong too. But knowing it's 3, the one who have 1 have 2 less and the one who have 5 have 2 more. So the problem is defined by comparing what you think is right and what exists. Now, if they don't go through those things, they can't get a solution. So when them take the solution, I am worried that him don't agree on what is right or him don't agree on what exists. So just putting in the solution without those 2 agreements is a flawed implementation. So the owner of the idea must then now come to some agreement with the implementer of the idea of what is the outcome. And it's for this reason that the JLP government participated in immateriality, not sufficient to create a change. Because they just take an idea, they don't take the whole concept. They take a concept, not take the whole idea.
Or the ingredients.
Yeah. So them gone with the egg. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So when you look it out, you say, yo, all right, we're gonna start a program. And one thing I love with JLP, them are the baddest name them. Like the names to them
Catastrophe
programs.
bad.
Yes, catastrophe. Spark. Lift.
I think that's the name of the podcast.
Right. No, but them just have some bad name, like when you hear the name, them like a dancer key. Yeah, 450 I got there.
You know, you're right. Because
No, they're very good at marketing.
Jeep wasn't it.
Yo, man, I tell you, so the
Jeep
names.
wasn't it.
Well, I remember when we said Jeep, and my draw some pop down Jeep. Like,
What's the name?
Mom said the program named the Spark program. Like, what you gonna say? Name Spark. You understand? So they come with this thing now and say, all right, Mr. Andrew, right? Holness, he says 26,000 youth are in need of intervention from the heart level because they're not doing nothing, right? Cool. All right, I follow you. That sounds nice. And we're going to put in a program to help these youths, 30 per constituency. That's 1,890. He said 26,000 needed. That's immaterial.
Wait, what?
So if they
Get that done for
no,
My teacher here.
him said 26,000 wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's going to do 30 per constituency. So it's 30 times 63.
Yeah.
You understand? So 30 times 63 that is 600 times 3, that's 1,800. So that's 1,890. And it's 26,000 him say.
Yeah, Ari, have a laptop in front there.
Sir Crawford, why did this to Ari?
Well, no, I know it's off.
Just
the math is
agree, no,
off.
man.
No, the math is
That's how you do it.
How much again? No, 1,890.
Nigel.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
at 60, how much times? How much?
63 times 30.
Size 30, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's 60, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Right there.
Yeah.
Right?
See? So
Just use a laptop.
when you check it out, you have 24,000 we don't get. You come again with another sweet one named Lift. And you say, yo, we're going to do 500 youth and we're going to pay them for 12 months. And they're from 17 to 20, whatever. It's 240,000 picnic night. And you do 500. So that is immaterial. The Prime Minister come and say, we need 60,000 houses for the poor and the indigent. But we're building 250 per year or whatever. That take 240 years for him to finish the 60,000. That's immaterial. Yeah. So the only hope that exists within that hope housing plan is that I hope him dead so me can get it. I hope him no know. I mean,
I want to Crawford off the bars. Them. Some bars.
So the principle, we have agreement.
Yeah.
Yo, the youth them need to get an opportunity them never get to go to school. But
True.
I'm saying since Heart have $15 billion every year, give me $5 billion so I can build out in each school. Some what you call labs, technical labs. So them just walk over there. Instead of you have to say, we're going to get bus fare, we're going to places that can't hold it full already. You understand? So the two of we had the same outcome in mind. But when you take, so if me say, we forget the youth, them figure out heart, and him take that concept, he hasn't taken my idea. Because I think we should build 4 labs in every high school. And then you teach the kids that go to school in the day, so that we don't keep replicating people who don't have a skill. And then you teach one of them who live next to them near in the night. That's what I believe. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I keep on saying, give me egg. Because when he takes the egg, I can't make no cake now. You understand?
Does it generally frustrate you?
Yes.
It frustrates
It frustrates me because me dip on the bench and feel say me at the star baller.
Jaja.
Like me I say, yo,
You
we could have.
feel.
Yeah, because maybe when you go up on the field, you know, sometimes when you run out, you know. Sometimes you run out, you say, so the field are big. You understand?
Yeah, so the bag is hot.
Yeah. So sometimes the presumption that you can, but that is what I have now. I feel disappointed and disillusioned because the problems are a lot. I'm looking on it. The problem is stressing me too because I want the problem to fix, but we can't fix it.
Yeah.
And then you not get no chance. You understand?
With that being said, let me ask you this. Do you feel that if the PNP was in power, if they formed the government, with these ideas, which you've voiced since about 2013, you think they would be implemented now?
A greater probability because I'm in the room.
Yeah.
So I can't say they will be implemented because I'm not the final arbiter. The final arbiter is the leader of the party. But the leader of the party is closer to my opinion than the JLP.
Yeah.
So the 3 of us go to the bar and it's breakfast time and I say, I want apple juice, and Mark say, I want pineapple juice, and then Andrew say, I want rum. Even though he might have pineapple and me the apple, it's better we gang up on rum because at least we come now and say which juice. With the JLP, I'm not in the room. So my opinions aren't considered in the room. And worse, now I take everything and I say, my idea, I don't think that might implement no more.
Let's not give any credit.
No,
Just even if it's a good idea, no, we're not doing it just because.
But the funny thing is, you probably aren't the only one who have the idea.
Anytime like me, you're like, my name Juliet, like Deputy Prime Minister. I say, name Juliet, the Deputy Prime Minister. Yo, nah, brother.
Reverse sex.
But if you're in the room as a lobbyist, and then within the party, I'm also a person who has some amount of power. So sometimes people say, why did you never do it the last time? The last time I had no power. You understand? I wasn't even in the cabinet. I was looking new, me freshman new. Now me have enough people behind me. So I can start butt up the chicken and say, yo, this half a do and me not take nothing. So stuff like that. So I think it is more probable.
You go buy it up for real.
Then you must buy it up. Because suppose me now really got on Minister of Education now and none of them thing I put in. The people must told me.
Yeah.
So I really have to buy it up.
Okay.
The man say full of
the man I say, yo, the man I didn't know everything. And know that him have it. And them don't know say somebody I said no.
Which is usually a funny thing when you're outside looking in, you're thinking that you should do it here, you should do that there.
But when you get the chance,
in, it's like,
no, well the difference is
there was a hole there. That's why. That's why them never put.
You get for played for the field now. Go and kick some ball.
But Auntie Fayval never had an opinion before either. So it's not like you can say, yo, yes, she used to think so, but so it's not like she had ideas. And when you go in, you can't do our people. Because your ideas will be constrained by other interests, you know. There's a man who's in charge of roads where I said, don't give him the money, give me. There's a person in charge of foreign affairs. So all of those things. But you just don't see concepts, simple things. So the teachers are migrating. All right, cool. Do we have a retention plan? The answer is no. Because if we have one, nobody told nobody. You understand? So if we are having a problem where I pick near the CXC this year and I have no maths teacher from third form because every year 1,000 are left and 1,000 are left, what's the teacher retention plan? So we could always come and say, yo, you can borrow 20 million from NHT and you're going to get that 4% for housing. But at the point that you leave the profession, it turned into a real mortgage at 12%. So that now make you want to stay. Come and have a house and me there. You understand? So every 5 years that you're in the profession, you can get 5% off your concession. So therefore, your concession 5 years, you get a car 5% off your concession. 10 years, 10% off your concession. 15 years, so there's a reason to stay. Those are things that don't need nobody to agree on. These are just simple logical principles. Are you understanding? If you do a master's, you get an increase because you have improved yourself.
Right.
And if you get every one where you get $1,000, that means that you go there, you beat them pitting, they forget a one. You understand what I'm saying? All right. You have to send police go to the guy teacher them and move away. Right? And so no, but I'm working with a school and I say, yo, the people them can't read. So we keep summer school. So them said the parents not sending the kids. Some say, all right, we have a raffle. If your picnic come every day, you can win $200,000. That's your entrance. So you can't buy a ticket or nothing. The only way you get a ticket is if you're a picnic come school every day. Right now, them are trying to send a picnic them the school never started.
Nice.
So jump the gun.
Yeah. So therefore there's certain things that you just don't see an idea. Violence is happening in school and they're more reporting what they have done. What you have done haven't worked. That's why we're here. So therefore, what else can you add or what can you do to make what you have done more efficient? So we say, yo, listen, trained form teachers will reduce the ratio of children to adults to 1 to 40. Because now you have guidance counselors and deans of discipline. The form teacher really don't have a adequate role when most time at the farm teacher rate KSCR every day. So if you get the farm teacher to be able to identify these problems and whatever, like a mini guidance counselor, you ship up the things when it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
But you train them and give them a little money, a little remuneration so that they can feel that there's a reason. Because now is a new teacher turned farm teacher and it's like a punishment. Because why would I do more work for same pay? You understand?
Yeah.
So nobody volunteers and say, me want to be a farm teacher. So you want to put it to where it's a desirable thing. If your man go do the courses and he's a level 3 farm teacher and what like that.
I'm not telling a lie, Sir Crawford. These are the ideas that I want to hear. These are the concepts that I want to hear, because I guess we can move on to your next target now, Fayval. Minister of Education.
Check.
Because she
But she
recently,
forgot don't know.
she recently come out and say loud music contributes to school violence. I
Yes.
think she was speaking in Parliament. Or
The sectorial debate.
Yeah, sectorial debate. Last week Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
When I heard this, and we've had this debate here ad nauseum. We are of the belief that some of the dancehall music out there does bear some influence into behaviors of some of the younger youth. But if I see this as a repeated topic now, I just feel it's lazy. I don't feel like we don't really...
There's a lack of ideas.
Yeah, we don't really get to the root of the problem and how to solve it.
Right.
Let us say she's correct, which I don't agree, but we can't bother debate it over and over. And then Sir P will make a next video and he'll make some more money by calling my name.
Yeah.
So let us assume she's correct. The only thing she did was to identify a problem, a diagnosis. She gave no prescription.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? So I'm saying if we believe that the consumption of media, because she said there were community problems, she never identified the community problem. She just put a group. She said there were family problems. She just put a group. Then dancehall, your music, yeah, you must be identified. And thing. All right. So if we believe unwanted and unwarranted consumption, then what are your plans to reduce it? When we were in the ministry, we say, we need an event rating system.
Yeah.
Why we need an event rating system? Because sometimes the music is being played in a space that I cannot prevent my daughter from hearing it.
Yeah.
Don't mean I don't think say it's going to make her be a skettle, but I just don't want her to hear bad odor at this particular point. She might repeat it. So therefore, there should be some spaces that only a PG-16 event can be held. And if you want to have an R-rated event, you know that these spaces are because there is unwanted consumption. People cannot prevent the consumption of loud noises. If you are playing in a bus, it should be PG-16. So therefore, you can then know that you have to have an event rating and a song rating. Therefore, just like movies. So we know, say, PG-16, R, X. So even me might not want to consume X even though I'm an adult. I just don't want to consume X. Are you understanding? So the first thing we say, we have to have event rating. And that is why an entertainment zone is different from zoning. Because when you do zoning, entertainment zoning, then you have these zones for rated events. X-rated event, you have to go across this because that far away from people and there will be no unwarranted consumption.
Yeah.
R-rated events, you have to go way around our bush park. So when I see them, I say, we have agro parks. Why we not reserve 5 acres in the agro park for a party zone? So that the bush and the trees and all of that, the cow them now go business if we are playing. But then you are thinking Because you have hundreds of acres where they must split up and nobody thinks to make 1 10-acre of it be a party zone in this space. It have to just grow onion and all of that. Which agriculture is fine, but entertainment is also an industry. So the laziness of it is what gets to my nerves now.
Yeah.
You understand? Because, for example, alcohol consumption has been proven to be a greater problem, right? In violence. Gambling has been proven to be a greater problem in violence among children. Single parent households, Jamaica have a 41% single parent experience.
And it's usually maternal.
The world is less than 17%, right? And it's usually female. Good? Those are contributing factors that we have not sought to address. So sometimes when you have a problem in education, it takes a high level of dunces to think that only can be fixed through education. Sometimes it's just showing itself in education. So if it's showing itself in our children, then it must show itself in our schools. Because children are in schools. So when you say, all right, how are we going to fix the single parenting? What is the reason for this high level of males leaving the family? Part of it is there's a financial benefit. If I leave, I don't have to pay. So all you have to do is to make it that he have to pay even if he leaves. Because
child support.
Right. So how set a minimum child support? So once you go to court, before we the case done.
No, like as soon as a kid is born, you're on there's a legal system that you go through with the birth certificate.
That's what I'm saying. So the father name have to be on the
it.
birth certificate. If you want to have one test for say if you're a picnic,
immediately
we can make that one too. Is it to be free or whatever? Cool.
Yeah, we love that. So jail some of them women.
Right. Then why you have to wait till the case done before you get any money at all? So we have a minimum, $3,000. Then we have to see if you can afford 10 or 15 or whatever. So these are ways now that you don't make the father feel that there is a financial benefit for cut. You understand? Because when a child have one less parent, them have 30 less support system. Some people don't understand how detrimental that is.
And you're talking about the village.
Yeah,
so
because you're family.
Village, right?
If me never take on my youth now, what happens? Then my 5 sisters, gone.
Your
my 55 cousin, gone. My grandmother, her grandmother, my mother, gone. My friends, gone. You understand what I'm saying? You think if she's sick? No. And me call tough time him now for answer. I'll not beat them, but he has to answer. You understand? Because at the end of the day, he's my circle. You understand? So me say, Andrew, yo, I have a problem. Man say, boy, I'm see up and fixing a start. Give me away, because it is. So when a person don't participate, the impact on the child is exponential. You understand? If it's even for say, wait, the Naro youth that way my day so. Right. And save him from the drive-by. Because you will look out for him as a circle of Naro. So the absence of these fathers, what are they doing from that? You got to talk about a dancer. Right? You understand? What are we doing from rum and Bomba drink from morning till night and any other alcohol that exists? You see an ad for say don't drink alcohol like that. You understand? Cash pot and them thing that everybody participate to where it is now a norm within the culture to gamble. So when a man are losing money... Him can't buy cash pot, but he carries the norm to go play hockey and quarter 3 card at school. And then when him lose now, it becomes an impetus to thump him and then face or stab him. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So therefore, those domino effects are existing. So what you see an ad for say, yo, gambling and how children should be and what you should look for, you don't see none of those.
No.
So when you come now and say, oh, dancehall is entertainment, but you don't say show. Because you can consume the most violent movies. You can consume the most violent cartoon. You can consume the most violent games. But somehow, it's only music cause it to be violent.
To be fair to her, I don't think she said it's the only one, but I think that when she put out them sort of message, people interpret it. So you always she says a contributing factor.
Yes, but she didn't say violent media. Music was the only media identified. So I'm not saying just that music was the sole contributor. I'm saying she separated music from all the other influencers of media. These things depress me because when you look at the thing, for example, when I was young going to school, a parent was always home. Mother never worked. And that was not abnormal. So when you go in the community, some people only have their mother alone and they were left alone. But the community had like 15 adults because couple mothers were home. So that, look over my yard for me, Miss Jenny, look over my yard and Right. So now that we have less adults being home, we're still sending home the children at 2:30. To whom? So if we don't extend the school day now, say, all right, the academic day done 2:30, but the socialization day done 4:30 now. Clubs and societies and all them things, you have to participate. Like every 7th grader should be in cadet or girls' guide in a uniformed corps.
There are extracurricular activities at school, but you're saying that it should be mandatory for every child in the school to be a part of a
unfunded. Because what happened? I didn't have 28 club and then you go down a Tarrant and have 3. I don't know if Tarrant have 3, I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
There are certain
And the disparity
we just don't have the ability and the government don't fund it.
Yeah.
So KC will have 50,000 boy around and then round and Daniel Quarry have 3. You understand? And then everybody say we have a track team. No. Because what they're learning from participating and teamwork and losing and winning is only 3 over there, sir. With the same amount of students.
Track trio.
Right. So right. Yeah, it's not a track team. You can't run a 4x1. You understand?
Yeah, track trio.
4x1, the coach around the anchor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So these are, so you have to look now.
Get that.
You have to look in this thing now and say, all right, we have to put a system in place that 2:30 to 4:30, because we can't be sending home the kids to the worthless people that are at home. It's the people where at gang where is 60,000 girls have a baby at the age of 17 in the last 10 years, 60,000. See, because you're sending them home to people who are the vagrants of the society without adult supervision.
Right.
So if you don't change that system now, where we have photographic club and panel rhythms and choir and all these things at every school.
Yeah.
Because the youths are unattached and you do nothing to attach them. All you hear them come every day. Unattached youth is a problem. What have you done to attach them? 6-a-side competition every 3 years in the community. You see me, somebody there look now, I'm up on this sideline.
But I mean, not to cut it, because you said, meanwhile, Minister Williams says the government has invested heavily in behavioral programs to address the school violence.
So is it that they're not working or them just...
Yeah.
What
You
are
see,
these
They're just
behavioral
there in
programs?
name.
You see, when a lady go in a man's phone and see some messages, what does he say? Yes, I did. Or him say, yo, mommy, no, I love you, no, I never did it. To say things don't mean
Them say,
nothing.
why you looking at me?
Where are you now?
Yeah, that's our number one thing. You have to start getting mad. But what I say is this.
Gaslight.
The real thing here is the breach of the phone.
Yeah.
So none of these evidence is admissible.
Yeah, right.
But what may I say is this, right? If the minister says, okay, we have invested in cadet, tell me the schools that have a new cadet corps,
Okay.
and tell me the number of students that are participating.
Okay.
Because you're just taking me for a fool now for say, oh yeah, we tell them to do it and we don't see it. Tell me the investment that you have made, because what is a lot of money? You understand? What is the definition? Because if it was 10 billion, she would have said it.
And then you have to wonder, what are these programs and are
And
they
why are
working?
we
Because
still
when you
having
go
this
see
problem?
news of school war between 7 schools, and you go see the news of the female student that was fatally stabbed by a male in
Yesterday.
a Mandeville, Williamsfield. You see them thing there's like, what is really happening in the
3/4
schools?
of what is happening, you don't know.
Me know.
Because unless a phone is there or something, it don't come out.
Yeah.
I remember you're not allowed phone in class and all them things.
Right.
And unless somebody dead or somebody is really injured, you don't know. But me, I get calls from principals. I'm getting called for go talk at some school and all of them things, where boy in a gang and shoot off an ex-boy and all of these things. Because the push factors towards violence are increasing exponentially. First of all, we don't believe in, we're not afraid of God again because we start believing in Obia. You understand? So there is no probability of punishment because police can't catch you because you have Obia.
And God can't catch you because you have Obia.
Right. So therefore, just that emotional concept that there is no negative to my negative behavior must be changed. Right?
But Minister, I won't cut you there, but there's devotion in every school.
No.
Every school starts
Listen.
today with devotion.
No. You have some devotion now where like all once a week. Some of the people that know.
That changed then.
Yeah, man, enough
Because
changes
you
have
have to say
gone.
when you used to go school.
That's why I'm not telling you about.
Every school.
No.
No, but it's not even but every school
But
across
there's
the country
also
had
greater need for true concepts, not just Christianity, right? Because it's the principles of Christianity that benefits the violence, reduces the violence.
Yeah.
So therefore, it is not just the participation where you know what are the themes for this week. Anybody choose what them want. The ministry not participate. You understand? So when a youth comes a boom and fight, what he gets? He gets detention. But there is no program in detention for violence reduction or nothing. Him just stay till afternoon, him have wait for top the boy in them face.
Seem like jail where there's no real rehabilitation.
There's no rehabilitation.
Yeah.
You understand? There's no program for rehabilitation. So you see people can't read and you say, yo, the Sunday schools need to get involved, but then you have to make them can teach them to read too. While y'all read the Bible, these terms and these words. And so there are no program in place and there's no monitoring of these programs to say, yo, I've gotten this. And there's no funding for say this school is a higher violence proposition or probability than that school based on where they are, the people that they attract, the parents' involvement. So therefore, every school gets 17,000 per picnic for the year, and that is it. Tivoli don't get a look of violence top up because they might be more prone. You understand? Because one of the realities is scarcity leads to violence.
Yeah.
You're not on a chair, me thumping in the face for my chair.
Well, you know what? And we should not do that, you know, because every school fight. Every school there is a fight. I went to a good school and I saw a fight. I saw brawls, like not every day and not every well, probably once a year. But you see, so it don't matter the schools, like
no. It is not
you're
the type
encountering
of school.
violence.
It is the variables that it faces. A larger school is going to need higher intervention because it's a bigger space, people unmonitored, so you might need cameras, whatever. A school in a violent community also must consider the community's violence against the child. So therefore you need like a police patrol after. So it's not just this school. I just use Tivoli not because it's in a violent space, etc.
Right.
So when you come and say there should be greater intervention, maybe KC need a higher intervention than Calabar because it's downtown and it is 2 campuses. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So therefore you must say what are the variables that are likely to create this, right? KC don't have the scarcity problem. KC don't have the attachment problem because we have Key Club and this and that, we have a million clubs. So the school that have the attachment problem, right? And then there's some, like KC might not have a boy playing football for the school, but he's in a football academy because his mother carry him go play football every Saturday. So he's still attached. The boy who can't afford that now, the school who have the children who can't afford that, the school is the source of attachment. So you must fund them football program for almost be PE. You understand? So these are the things now where I sit down and me say, yo, maybe when I go there, I go say me mad, but I just think it can be solved.
Well, my solution has, and let me put it into so when them teeth it, I can say.
Yeah, right. Put it out there. Put it out there.
But I've been saying it like for the past 2 years now that we need to teach conflict resolution in schools and not just as a activity or extracurricular activity, but a curriculum in the schools that is literally taught and graded by counselors, teachers, whoever, because I think as human beings we have a innate response, at least most of us, and it's fight or flight.
Yes.
So every person
I tend to agree with you because we are treating what is a systematic problem as if it is an outlier problem.
Right. Because everybody has the propensity.
So you say, we have to take out the one boy. I remember when we only had to intervene with the boys. No, me I watch it on the TV, the girl in my move.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
That's stab and hard.
Everybody's just aggressive.
Yeah.
I see a girl, I fight this girl and I talk to her like, me I go beat her like your mother and she kick her in her head. And I'm like,
last year there was an incident where a young
was murdered at Katie. Then I see our next one, rush a girl in the police car. So it's not boys there. We need everybody there.
Everybody.
So the problem is expanding and therefore systematic approaches. So what you have recommended is a systematic approach. Everybody have to be exposed because it's a system.
Everybody.
Exactly.
But we're still using piecemeal. Take out the one who is, you understand? We don't have reform schools. The term reform school is a bad term now. So let's just call it intervention schools. There are some children that need to be separated from the community because the community is the influence.
Right.
So you can't save him if you don't take him out. You understand? Many rich people do that by sending them to boarding school.
And military school.
So the government need to put in some systems so we can separate this youth. Right? Some of them need more psychological care and all of that the school don't provide. Because you couldn't put a psychiatrist in a area school. So you put a system in place so we can take out this one. Maybe for 6 months, maybe for a year, maybe for 4 years based on where he is or she is. But you have a system now where a youth stab a youth at Rakabesa High, go to Taki and then stab 2 more youth because them expel him from Rakabesa for stabbing. No intervention.
Just remove him.
Yeah. And you don't put him in that type of space where have higher security, where search him, where nothing. You just send him to our next place. Can father live round the road.
Yeah.
Right? And then now you did and you look and you say, with all of that, your budget presentation says lewd music.
I think what most people get wrong is that is not causation, but there's correlation.
Even so, it's not the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can't deny the impact of music on students. But it's not even that. No, we can go beyond, like, I would say TikTok have more an impact on kids now than music. Last year, TikTok into this year have more impact and influence on young people than music has. So it's just like we need to kind of find a way to ensure that people are properly socialized. I think socialization has crumbled, and where from his school, home, community, school, and the broader impact of society.
If we think TikTok, right, the government have a duty to intervene. To say what we are going to do with TikTok, including ban it if that it reach.
Right.
You can't just say this is the problem. We don't need a government if no solutions comes in, because our problems will remain.
Yeah.
Because I questioned her, is like, so she said that, and this is not the first time somebody from the government has probably put
Prime Minister
blame
Holness
on the music.
and he used the baddest song them when he might make them play for election.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is
Like
it
him
that
go for
you
the
want to
grimiest
ban dancehall music? Like, is that something that you're thinking of? So if you're saying that music has such a negative influence on these young people, is it that you want to ban it completely?
Yeah, but you have to propose something. If you can, no, but if you propose that, we can debate.
Yes.
But
as the point was making earlier.
Proposal.
Yeah.
Just that. Oh, I see. Sometimes I hear
And
the
point the
government.
finger.
But behavioral, there's programs implementing.
Let me tell you when we met the government make me laugh when them say, we need to. Like who? Who need to? You are the government.
We need to, as a
We
society.
need to fix the roads. Dude. Do it.
Yeah, we need to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need
so
to.
the thing about, all right, our parents not doing what they're supposed to do? Yes, that's a problem. What are the things that we're going to do to solve it? Are you understanding what I'm saying?
They invested in parenting class.
And-
I know that was that was one of the outcomes of it.
Parenting class, as in the parents.
The school.
Go to the schools.
fun
The school where me help now.
educate.
And me have to big them up because the principal, the teachers, we do an intervention meeting and about 40 teachers there, right? So everybody want it fixed. We're putting in board of directors for each class. 4 parents, the teacher, 2 students, and the board of director. So you automatically start to get parents more active because they're on the board. They're discussing how we're going to improve reading and all of
feel
that,
a part
right?
of it,
They
yes.
feel a part. When we have PTA, we have bingo. So you come and you play for your class. So you play domino, bingo, different things for the class. Parents are play. And if you them win, them get a 10 grand or whatever for the class. So now you come for, remember them say come for the talk and stay for the music? So you have to start to put things in place. You can't just presume, right? Because if me are the only parent, I'm a sell downtown, and you put PTA in the week, when me have to do work, how it gonna work for me? Why PTA can't be Sunday then? Sunday afternoon. And if this is the catchment area for the school, which is $500 by taxi or $40 by taxi, whatever by taxi away, why not keep the PTA in the catchment area? Why it have to be at the school? Are you understand?
No, I get
and maybe what me say is not the answer, but give me something for we go discuss and talk about and cuss and say no. They have given us
Some
nothing.
people might even just poke some more through the Sunday argument.
Exactly.
Because Sunday when me have to cook my dinner, Sunday dinner. Like,
I might just say Sunday, arrest day, but then now I'm going to come.
You basically just have to find what works for that particular
For this area. Because it might be a farming zone.
Yeah.
You understand?
And it's just the majority, because you'll always find
But
somebody who always have an issue with it.
Why PT in the on Zoom?
Yeah.
Well, the hybrid thing, I would assume that's no, we can't.
Or why
move forward with that.
the farm teacher and have to call 3 people every day? Like if me make a rule for say you must call 3 parents every day, 40 alone you have, you know? So that means if for the month everybody get called, you start over again. Yo, I'm call about Damion, you know. Yo, I'm idle, you know. He have a potential, but really, and yo, I think you have to come in because nothing get through to
And not just wait on parent consultation day.
every 3 months now when they done gone down the hill.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't agree with that one.
With the Zoom one?
No.
For call the
every
parents.
day. Yeah.
You're not gonna be.
3 parents for 5 minutes is 15 minutes.
No.
You know?
No.
So she not gonna call it and every day, you know.
You're
but
not
would that
getting
be
called every day
month?
now. Another 3 is getting called every day.
Right.
No,
another
I
3.
get no. I
Why you
get
don't
them.
why you don't agree with it? State the reason.
Well, no, I was saying I prefer the parent-teacher consultation every 3 months. So it's like if your kid is particularly, like if you say that one child, so it's like every kid, every parent you're going to call. So whether the child is good or doing good or, you know, is probably need to work on whatever or really,
Yeah.
really bad, you're going to update the parents
Yes,
like
because it
once
shouldn't
a
only be
month.
a stick. Sometimes it's a carrot.
But then I'm just saying
If
the
my
parents,
child is doing good, why shouldn't I be told to say, yo, congrats, do your
Exactly.
thing,
But
and
then
buy
it's
your
like-
ice cream?
but then
Why should I only be told next year when them do bad for kicking them face?
No, but the thing is, what I'm saying is that parent-teacher. So me as a teacher now,
Yeah.
I call you
As a farm teacher,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I'm teaching English.
Yes.
Damion is clearly not interested in English.
Yes.
But Naro is the math teacher.
Yes.
You're very much engaged in math.
Mhm.
So you're gonna so each of us have a different experience with you.
Yes.
So that parent is going to get called from me today and say, well, call Javi, Damion, Mrs. Crawford, Damion
Yes.
is being horrible today.
Yes.
In class, he was chatting, and then Nara called 5 minutes after.
No, that's
only
why.
the farm teacher.
Right.
The
so
farm
you
teacher is calling.
farm teacher will
She
consult
open
with
her
all the
computer.
other teachers.
So all this,
So what you know? The
that's
farm
just
what
extra
you know?
work. I'm thinking the
No man,
parent
but
teacher
listen,
consultation.
nothing not
once
go change
every
without
third.
work, you know. Because you see, if
Exactly.
we intervene only after 3 months, sometimes the intervention is too late.
Mm-hmm.
Because this picnic now don't feel the whole term.
All right, so
Exactly.
what we say no. So
you still have that, you know.
will consolidate with every teacher.
Not consolidate, use technology.
Yeah.
Everybody enter into them computer.
Yeah.
The person
And you can
grade
see
and
what's
them
happening.
comment.
Yeah.
Me the farm teacher, I'm bring up the comments, I'm bring up the thing. Stacey, let me tell you what going on now. She not so good in the science, you know. And the science teacher say, yo, she's idle and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or this one is doing perfect and everything is all right. She's looking at this whole thing in front of her. You understand?
Right.
And that's why I say she forget more pay. That's why I'm saying farm teacher should be remunerated. Because you take this thing, you know, where she feel I got a yard if all she need to, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's to be, it's a war winner, you know. Where we are now,
Yeah,
chilling
you have
and
to look at it
relaxing
like
like,
that.
Fresh Prince now go work, you know. You understand? It's a war winner when me I take the school them the mother them number and I say, yeah, man, I keep a PTA thing when you're coming. Me when I do work there. But me I feel I use my influence and them I say, but see if on TV, I'm one picture.
Yeah.
For try make them come in. Because we're in war.
So the extra work where you complain about it, I forgot. And if we can't work extra hard, then we have to try
and
work
it's
smarter.
Not even
Right.
extra
Some respects.
hard, you know. But I'm just saying, it's like
Yes, extra work.
extra work. Right, it's extra work, but
Yeah.
then it's like the difference in opinion of the varying.
Teachers, I got to listen,
Right.
but
But you
it's
get
just
one
simple.
extra
So what
20
I'm
months,
saying,
20 grand.
the every 3 months parent-teacher consultation where you make the effort to go into the school to see where your student
has
which
it
is
worked?
also mandatory.
Yeah.
Conjunction
However, I get what you're saying is that it would be better if you get a one-on-one conversation so that you can work on it. So, for example, every 6 weeks they do tests.
Yes.
Before they get to do the test, it would be nice to know how you're doing in class. Okay, wow, we really need to work on math so that when you get the 6-week test now, we see some form of improvement. Okay, you're doing better in math now, something now work. Other than waiting until the 6-week test will come and say, Jano, I'm really not do so good in the maths. What we going to do now? Like, you're in a shambles.
It's reactive.
When you come at the end of the
you
term,
get a better chance to prepare.
he wasn't doing his homework. What? But the term done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why wasn't I
So
notified
next term,
about
we're
this?
going to try to watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to know again.
When this could have been nipped in the bud.
You know what?
In the
I find
middle of the
weird.
term.
You know the thing.
During
Is,
the
I'm,
term.
you know what I'm thinking about. Because it's all well and fine, you know, the teacher go the extra mile and do what them do, but sometimes the parent just don't care.
But
Like you call the parent, say, "Well, you tell me that part of your problem."
True, but then you
You still have
report
to
it to
try.
somebody.
Still have to try. You
Report
can't,
it to an agency.
you can't operate with that
Right?
assumption too.
Right.
So you have to try.
If I call a parent and she now I call CCD or whatever they want for name and say, yo, you need to come
CDA.
take CDA, come take the picnic because they don't have a parent that is willing.
Yeah.
But these are things we might talk about policy. Because then you could have systems in place. Why? For example, I said, do a big brother, big sister program in the school. So the fifth farmer is a big brother, big sister to the third farmer or the second farmer.
Yeah.
But what I do is that if them create a relationship, maybe that one parent who interested will take it too. Me go for Stacey too, man. Because you create a relationship between Naro Pickney and my Pickney. Naro Pickney is my Pickney big brother. And she come tell me, say, yo, you know, say, I help me buy me lunch and I create a relationship. So now Stacey now I forgot every day come me now. Go for Naro one time.
Yeah.
And Naro go for me because you have created relationships. If you don't create those relationships, then each parent I go and then me can't bother go 10 times and it becomes a problem. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is all the things I mean, I'm sure that every time where Newton tried to invent something, he never come up with nothing every time.
Yeah, you're gonna fail 1,000 times.
A million times. As I was telling him, say KFC man offered 1,009 people the KFC menu, and the people have said, go ahead. It's 1,010 and him filthy rich. But you know have to say, yo, I'm thinking. What I'm not getting is the thinking. Is that we have a problem and we have been doing this for the last 5 years. It not work. We have the problem still.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe
So-
sometimes things take time to change.
Yeah, but you have to track it. You have to say the progress.
Okay.
I don't know who will win the
Exactly.
200 meter when the race start, but I know who are running the wrong way. Like, yo, bro, where you go? You should be going that way.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like I go down.
Yeah. But the thing is like, to be honest, I don't know what happened. It's like, it's hard to kind of pinpoint because I was looking at some too, and many young people feel like, oh, they might get picked on, and it's like every generation is the worst. Like them always say that every generation before always said it.
Yeah, these are the worst
generation and whatever. And you know, sometimes I don't know what it was. I was watching some, and it's like they feel attacked.
Yes.
And they don't feel as if they have an opportunity to fully discuss, like kids matter about, like share some of them issues that they have, because they always feel like, oh, you don't know nothing yet, and they almost feel dismissive. And it's like, I think about it like them just angry, and maybe it's like, how can we find a way for them to talk, because the society and a whole don't necessarily facilitate discussion with them.
Yes.
You know, so them just angry.
So
and
that's
them
why.
and I'm a war and I argue
That's why
about
we say
something.
increase the adult to ratio. Do the farm teacher thing. Do the after school thing. Do the big brother thing. Because what they're facing now, we never faced. You know?
Yeah.
I hear people that say, "Oh, them pick me at dance." I did common entrance. They gave us 3 square and a circle, ask so which one different. Some of us still fail. So therefore, it's not no. Right? It's just a different circumstance.
And
different
we
reality.
expected
Yeah.
full generation to lead.
Someone I look at it like, yo, the square look circle, it should have big. No, so
This is a trick
Okay.
question.
when me a bathe in a tub, everybody around me a bathe in a tub.
Yeah.
There was a geographic reality that you only compared with who lived near you.
Yeah.
They were on Facebook seeing a man in a bubble bath. I can imagine that
Yeah.
they're disappointed with their
Yeah.
circumstance.
Yeah.
You understand? Me have 3 shoes, school shoes, church shoes, going out shoes. Me never have no comparison with a man. We have a closet of shoes. Cause so me never even feel no way. Cause me possibly was the richest one per my lane and the whole of they broke. You understand? Now this relativity that they have, I say, rebel them and everybody and want to be that. It's going to create an attention, anxiety among them. So me not think that them have it easy.
No.
But the task has been granted to me based on my age to solve their problem. If they could solve their own problem, they wouldn't need adults. So therefore, while it is that I don't think that they have been given a fair game with the world that has changed, we still have a duty to fix the circumstance that they're facing. Because my bad friends who were bad influence, from my mother said, don't go outside, that ended. Now on WhatsApp, the same bad friend I tell you, say, yo, I'll tomorrow I'll beat a gal. So there's no separation.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming
Yeah.
from?
Yeah.
So yeah, even so all of these things.
And it's like, how you're going to be restrictive of the music that you claim, social media and the technology that you
Cable.
claim. It's like all these things are probably even necessary for them to to even socialize but them complain that them lonely. Them
We
complain that
never-
them unattached.
Because
But
they have
they're
this
connected
tension.
with TikTok and all them stuff.
Because who they want to be their friend. They want Rebel to be them actual friend in real life, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're exposed to her, them see her, them things that them have a relationship, it show up on their timeline. You understand?
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm not just who near you, I have to be your friend. You know, I say, I send my message her 10 times, she not answer. I comment every time upon her something, and she not say nothing. Are you
But some of them still feel like they're interacting with
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Then,
You know what I mean?
sometimes people see me on the road and I say, yo, my message up on Facebook. I don't even manage my own Facebook. Like, yo, what am I to do? Like, go through all the messages
It's
on
like
Facebook.
expect it to know.
Yeah, like, yo, because a person's perception is his one.
Yeah.
Me message you, and I want two people me message. You understand? So them I got you a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
And then the pressures to succeed is greater because the parent is of a shame. Because everybody know if you don't succeed. Or if you, so I know, but I'm saying you will take up this work and now to fix the country. What is your duty?
And what I said to is like it can't be just one institution, like one institution should take up all the responsibility of fixing it. It needs to be interconnected. But because it definitely starts at home, it definitely matriculate out to the community, the schools, and broader society, then other institutions
But
like
who
government,
coordinates
church,
it?
all them
Who
stuff.
coordinates it? The church? It is the government of the church at this role I'm going to play and this is how we have to fund it. Parents,
But
this
you
is how
separate church from state.
Huh?
Separate church
Yeah,
from
but that don't mean you don't coordinate.
Yeah, but separate
And coordinate. So you come and say, yo, boom, church, this is the role. We need them from start, make people go Sunday school and this and that. We have fund this to this level. We can provide food because we know that them are come for.
So you can't, but the government shouldn't necessarily fund church because there's a separation of church
No,
and
we have
state.
fund food. We want a intervention on morals.
Okay.
Only the church is the first order of business.
Yeah.
Me I go give the church all a bus, we go pick up picnic. Me a government. See a bus there, pick up everybody around here and carry them come on Sunday
Hey,
school.
them a give you bun and
and
cheese,
Sabbath school and bread and corned beef down there. Yeah, come.
Yeah.
Then now you say, okay, the parents are lacking. We're gonna teach parenting in school because the 13-year-old will soon become a parent. So we need to
Jesus.
train you maybe by 20.
Jesus.
But when I have him captive at 13, I need to teach you over the next 3 years, 4 years. What, for example, most of we only know how to punish. We don't know about intervention by giving you something for a good activity. You understand? Positive reinforcement. We don't know about negative reinforcement. We only know about beating. So therefore, if nobody teach you about these things, me never know about it. Me just a live. I go school and do psychology and them tell about negative reinforcement and positive reinforcement. So now, if you do good, you get an ice cream. You understand? So what is happening is that if you don't teach them these methods, these strategies, if you don't put away where we can adapt a child easier, so that a parent that don't want a child can give up the child. You realize you reach better abortion before you reach better adoption. Because enough people are trying to get a youth and can't get it. You know?
Yeah.
You just got to be a hoops and pay this, that, and take 1,000,000 years. Or maybe we should only can adopt him on a Saturday. Maybe you want a system where we can just take this youth on a Saturday. It's not my youth, we just have a co-parent with the parent and we have a better life. Or maybe we should can adopt him financially. A system where we say, okay, I want this baby a financial
Like, me a
adoption.
sponsor
Me a
that,
go
so,
sponsor
yeah.
this one. They don't put those systems. You understand? Maybe you want a department of volunteerism. So me can go teach maths on a Monday and somebody else come Tuesday instead of me if I go every week or it don't make sense. So if government not coordinate them things, but that is my problem now. So me I go say we want a look of volunteerism, them thief the egg they know, and then no.
Don't forget everything else.
Then no cake, you understand?
Yeah.
We talk about Babs here. Why she have to go down now? Because I think
Babs,
the initiative to launch the insurance program for the entertainment and creative practitioners. I think that's a
big
great
idea that.
I like that idea.
Big idea.
Yeah.
And I think we also should be looking at a class action suit for recoup some of the money that are owed to the artists, especially the older artists.
Talk more about that.
Understand? Well, you know that them used to, for playing, when a song play on the radio, and
Yes.
especially when it's to run Europe, some money is supposed to be retained.
Yeah.
Many of them did not collect the money. Many of them people sign up incorrect information, and many of them, the radio stations still have that money, or they're still due that money.
Right.
So I'm saying that some of them now are go through very difficult times and whatever. The government should take on a class action suit on their behalf, or at least promote that. On their behalf, and then move forward, forget that for them. You understand? So that some of them can leave something for them children, or get some of them children could still get it even if them dead. You understand?
Yeah.
No, forget it. But just to question the class action lawsuit in and of itself. Can the government do that, or as you said, promote it to the artists?
Right. So when
because
you,
even
when
that
you,
in and of itself has its
but you
problems.
can hire a lawyer by you just covering the money. So sometimes they say, can government do it? Can government say GOJ is the claimant? Maybe not. But we have sponsored many events. So why we can't sponsor a lawyer? You understand? Or a law team.
It's just the
pro bono.
The plausibility of a class action lawsuit because people know that would take the coming together of numerous parties, numerous artists.
So if we
in this
say we're going
case,
to go after your money, you only have to sign it. So. How much people think are going to sign it? Especially the older ones are not making any money anymore. You understand? And in government, if when you come to sign up, they don't sign up, then you just scrap it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, only 10 want to sign up, they need 400, so we can't bother do it. What I'm saying is, I think that Babs' interest is in the right place. I really do. You know what I mean? It's just that, again, me now see the planning. You know what I mean? Like when we went to get Kingston as a creative city, right? And we went to UNESCO to have Kingston recognized as a creative city. It was with the intention to have a walk of fame around the park in New Kingston, that you could walk around and scan the thing and read about the thing and buy the records and buy the music at the same point. It was to get a reggae loop, so that when a man comes as a tourist, he could say, I'm going to see the reggae loop, where I go Bob Marley Museum, he might go to different places, and taxis would be trained to carry them around, and him see the different houses in a trench town, which we would have buy back as government, and then now put it back in the way that it was. Called Trench Town, about 1 million artists have come out of it. Yeah. But with Bob Marley alone, all I want to do is to sell Georgie Porridge. Come with a rich if me I sell Georgie Porridge. Because a man I say, I heard about Georgie Porridge. So you create these opportunities now by saying, Kingston is a creative city, UNESCO promote it, and we build out these things behind it. So that a person can say, I'm going to go up on the Walk of Fame, I'm going to go up on the Reggae Loop, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to see Bobby Coxon, I'm going to see Studio One. And you put those things into something where a man can do these things. You know where I have it though. Huh? You know where I have that. Japan I have them things. Yeah. Japan I have them things before, man. When we try to protect reggae, it's because we hear France said they were the home of reggae. I'm like, what? No, not the home of reggae. So we now go apply now for reggae protection. As if they never colonize we enough. They want to colonize reggae.
Well,
but if you have something of value,
the European thing.
If you have something of value and utilize it to its maximum, because we did make a stamp called Authentic Reggae Stamp. And all we said is, if you want this authentic reggae stamp, 30% must be Jamaican input. So if you want name Gentleman or what you want name, you have either come down and come make it, or the album cover must be designed, or the backup singer, or the mixing, something. Because so everybody talk about culture vulture and all them things. So if you don't get the stamp here, we are going to say culture vulture. You understand? So we are not trying to take back reggae and nobody else not to use it. We're saying, if you want this stamp here, if you keep a reggae show and you want the stamp as a reggae show, 30% of the artists, or you have to go buy some memorabilia or some of the cooking. You understand?
Bomba Clarke to keep out there. Or the festival not reach out there yet.
None of them corporate.
First of all,
corporate country.
Badmine is a big thing in it. When you try to attract foreign people, you have to give them money. The local people start to say, you're not giving them money, and all of that. We went to Rotterdam, 80,000 people. Yeah. Reggae Sunscare, 33,000 people. Reggae Jill, Reggae Jam, all of those are having thousands of people, tens and tens of thousands of people. We went to all of them as the minister and say, listen, we want to be the Mecca of reggae. I mean, every summer, we come to the Mecca of reggae. And we want each of you to have a stage, but it's one festival. So you have a Rotterdam stage, you have a Reggae Sunska stage, a Reggae G's stage, and I carry all on the people. Man, them say give them 150,000 US. I'm like, that you want? Me give you 500. I'm ready for go now. Next time I see, like some man start to say, how them keep this and them keep that, government never give them nothing yet. And I'm like, these people have 2 million people on them mailing list, See? And everyone will come off go pay with tax, you know. You call it TEF. So you get $120 from everybody will come down here. Plus, as it grows, remember Carnival? You see what Carnival is now?
Yeah.
See? And then all the spin-offs of that, we have a 5-day festival, after party, all of that. So sometime when you come, son, you go to these people, because them love Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
They do.
See? But when you go to them and you say, yo, okay, what can we do to make this happen? Politically, it don't make sense to do it. Because the backlash we get from influencers, because remember most of these artists and promoters are influencers. If them are burning out, the public start to burn you out. So sometimes now the government afraid because politically. But I believe that's what we call it 90 days of summer. Because you know Jamaica hotel them full in the winter. So we wanted a way to fill the hotels with entertainment in the summer months.
Yeah.
So we wanted the 90 days for people to come Jamaica for consume entertainment. And it just never come out. Just never come out. Part of it is that them time that the government was poor. We were paying IMF, this, that, the government have more money now. You understand? But we do not see the ideas. You know, see the ideas and who own it and should government turn a promoter. All of them questions, they come up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'd have to say, yo, fix, you know, come take the show, yeah. You'd have to have someone who are willing to take on the battle and build it and lose 3 years and then eventually make a profit.
Right.
Like Carnival people there. But you don't really have that. A man want come, you have to make a profit with government money. You understand? It's not helping to keep the show. You know. If he left the room profitable before him even one man to come in.
Yeah.
It's like a problem with dancehall personalities and figures. That
It's a
mindset.
Jamaica mentality. From me sit down in front of the
But as
minister.
they said that we don't have that problem with soca. Soca.
Yes, they built it. Them build this soca thing, you know.
Yeah.
To the point now where some other country are bad mind, you know, like countries that had soca for a very long time. Not Trinidad yet, but Antigua, some other countries that say, yo, look how Jamaica thing grow. They built it, put them money, risk them whole thing until it balloon. And reggae, dancehall haven't been able to do that.
That's a ask if it's a dancehall unique.
Even the
problem
artists,
mentality.
them not really keep them on a show like one time.
I've seen the artists them are upticking.
I've seen
in
it
artists
recently now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
450 of
But did they have
Massacre.
one time we've struggled to these St. Mary may come from. Almost every artist that do them look a thing.
Yeah.
You understand? But we're not a risk-taking society. No. It have to prove first and then do all we do.
Yeah, and I think we probably got through so much risk too.
Yeah, we get
just-
beaten so often.
Yeah, for the risk them that they do.
I'm so risk averse.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but that is but if we don't maximize what we have, and maybe we have too much. It's like we have at least we can run fast, but then we see all the relay them a keep a bombers. How come on we have bolt? You know what I mean? We should have bolt relays and everybody want to come.
This is
Yeah.
true.
You understand what I'm
This is
saying?
true.
Or we say that we're the country for speed. Because speed is in every sport.
Speed factory.
So therefore, every man you
Sprint
want to be
factory.
faster. You want to play football, you want faster, come down to Jamaica for 6 months. You want to play tennis faster, come down. You want to play netball, anybody who want faster. And we then fast. You understand? We don't do nothing about it.
But you think it's government intervention? Why more corporate entities?
Because we're risk averse. So sometimes government have to see it like, you know, me don't want to do like, me don't want to have a place where you run on a treadmill and a race our Olympian them. Like animal gets set go, you run against Shelly, you just like, as fast as you can.
You want people to die?
I mean, like I said, it's so like something what Bolt and Gale are good there now. Right?
No, because remember you have this thing and you can put it up on your head and you feel like it.
Yeah, like Nintendo Wii.
But
them type
you
of
have to
thing.
run on the spot. How could have you run like? But animal gets set, you just run, and then you see how far Bolt really are gonna beat you.
Yeah.
And then it is an experience in itself.
Yeah.
And you make all the video and put on TikTok. You say I run out right.
Bad
So you
for
want to
real.
beat both
Yeah, but
This will not happen.
yeah, but this is something me that I love to do.
Yeah, Mr.
as
Crawford, you have a lot of ideas.
As a business, you understand? But if me a government now, me that do it as a government, because you have a sports museum and they have that downstairs and a man go look on the different thing them and embrace all the whole man them and people do it just out of fun because half of them are gonna stop. Like 30 meter young, retired in a big man team. But them don't pay them money.
Yeah.
And it's an experience.
Yeah.
You understand? So these are just the things. But all I'm saying is if you don't have a room of people thinking, you don't have solutions coming.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why Andrew have to go down. Fayval have to go down. Nigel.
Mark off everybody.
Babs not gonna get much card watch.
Yeah, try find an angle. Yeah, try.
I choose I know this one still.
I like how we mark off by target them. We can talk about some other things like rent. Our house, rent our Vicks, are the beast.
The beast.
One ski up on the toll, you know.
Yeah. Get your house or get your car. That seems to be a big debate.
Yeah, this joke is actually becoming a reality now, it seems.
Well, people, it's a difficult thing to answer. It's a better financial decision to buy your dream, to buy a house than a car. Because the house maintains an increase in value. And increase almost exponentially. So I wish my grandfather did buy a house in a Portmore when it was for $900,000. Because them there some big money right there.
Right.
20 million, 30 million.
Wait, 900?
If you have any interest in your future, meaning not you, the future of you, your children.
Yeah.
A car will last at best 6 years of any value.
Yeah, it's a depreciating asset.
Right. And extremely by a drive off is no use. So therefore that house investment is better. However, we're not only talking about dream car. For example, if I have 300, 500,000 on me can afford a car, you can't afford a house.
Yeah.
So not many people have the option for consideration of house or car.
A house in market right.
If
Market right is crap.
Yeah. If me need to go to work, the house don't create equal value as my car.
Right.
Because the car is now taking me to work. And as I become more afraid of the society, I want to separate myself from the bus stop and everything.
Yeah.
Because I become more afraid of the society. So without good transportation systems, it forces you to decide on car more than house.
Right.
Understand? In America, New York and them place where the train and everything, that is not an automatic need.
It
So
kind of
sometimes-
make cars rendered useless.
Are not as important.
Not as
Because
important.
the alternative is satisfactory. The alternative for me, run down a taxi or is not satisfactory. So me have a car before me have a house, but it was a 91 Suzuki Swift. It couldn't buy a house. Before me buy my Range Rover, come on to buy a Range, but the price out of my range. Before me,
Tell us if you ever have him bars.
Before me buy a Range, I will buy a house.
Yeah.
And possibly buy 2 houses. I'm going to buy goats before me buy a beast. Understand? Because those things will help me to buy 2 beasts or 3 beasts and skate on a couple highway. You understand? But I was telling the gentleman here that when you have a nice house, you have much more value than KFC. You understand? Really beautiful ladies will come and cook in a nice house for you. You understand? So except for the toll, you know? Everything. So yeah, to me, if you have the ability to buy a house as an investment, you will benefit greatly.
You mentioned future. No, muted them. Nah, pre-future. Them are for live fast, die young.
Not really, no. You have a thing called self-efficacy. If I can't do it, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if it out of my reach,
Bad mind.
me just cuss it.
That's
You
not
understand?
self-efficacy. That's so a great mentality.
But it is.
The fox said, fox can't reach a grave.
No,
It's so
I won't
hard.
try. Self-efficacy means you're unlikely to try if it's unlikely to be achieved. So it's under the goal setting theory where I say, I'm not going to set a goal that I am unlikely. Because then I feel bad about myself and I feel worthless and all of that. You understand? So when I say, I have a goal to buy a house, but I only have $500,000. Not gonna work. And to buy a car is much easier. 100% financing, all of that. You don't have to have no down payment, you don't have to have no lawyer. You understand? The source of income is of less importance. So those are some of the things where make a man just say, but if you give him the opportunity to get a house, he will possibly do it. It's just that him don't have that opportunity. And that's why I feel so we need a system for rent to buy. I pay a rent, and then over time, that is proof that I can take on the mortgage. If I'm paying an 80 grand rent, then in 2 years, I've proven that I can afford 80 grand. So change it to an 80 grand mortgage,
Yeah.
If I have a salary slip, because who keep running up in now salary slip?
Yeah.
Who sell a market now salary slip? Who do year upon environment and a salary slip? So sometimes the group that we disqualify through their informal are people that a rent to buy system would have allowed them to buy a house.
So who would own the house?
After the rent?
Yeah.
You.
No, meaning who
At
owns
the
the
point
house
of
that
rent,
you're renting?
NHT.
Yeah. NHT.
So the rent is what is going to the upkeep of the house.
Okay.
So then when you prove that you can change to a mortgage, then we transfer that over to a mortgage.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So
NHT owns the property
Yes.
and you're paying to NHT.
yes.
So you're renting.
Yes.
To pay your rent to NHT, and then probably like what 2 years,
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
You prove that you can.
Me prove you may have a
maintain it.
consistent ability to pay 80
Right.
grand.
Okay.
Because that's all the salary slip's supposed to do. To prove that you'll be able to pay the 80 grand.
Right.
And not necessarily not get fired 3 months time.
Right.
So it is just informality. We have an anti-informality
Yeah, we
banking
do.
system.
For real.
But we have an informal society.
For
So
real.
how does the society catch up to the banking or the banking catch up to the society?
Right.
Yeah.
So some of the youth them we hear as a beast is because a beast is easier.
Yeah.
Another in thing, another hype thing.
And him not skate on no toll.
But
You
more-
understand?
You can't drive a house.
yeah.
But I want to ask though, like with you prove it. So it's like the banks or whatever, you know, they have to answer to BOJ, and BOJ has to answer to the international standards that you're not facilitating crime and criminality.
Right.
So how would you verify though that the person works in market here, whatever other
many
profession?
ways. You can send people as
Okay.
verification.
Okay.
Right now, most of them are verified. Somebody write their letter. A pastor or all
I
of that.
hate JP.
JP.
'Cause that
Yeah,
shit's-
JP.
I hate it.
But the point I'm making is that the society cannot be behind the policy, right? So there are methods. For example, my mother should be able to buy a house, half of the house. And then when time she don't pay the mortgage, I take up the next half when I reach the age. And they say, who own the other half? Well, you have many people
But
who
you have
want.
joint, don't you have joint?
No, but me a picnic.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a child. My mother buy this house and pay 30 years out of mortgage. I'm now 33. I now take the other half.
Yeah.
Who do own the other half? It could have been a mortgage company. It could have been one of them people that we want, what you call it again? Pension scheme. Because the house is increasing in value. And then instead of 6%, you pay 8%, because 2% is to the scheme.
Yeah.
It's their rent.
Yeah.
So you have to have creative ways. My father died when I was 15. Him couldn't left him NHT to me.
Okay.
Him should be able to will him NHT to me.
Yeah.
Because most of us,
contributed, yeah.
and most of
So
us
that
who are
good to
poor,
know.
our parents are got dead by the time we can afford a house. Because we are going to wait till we are 35, we are 40. Them stop work at least.
Right.
So therefore, him should be able to write in and will, yo, to my son. My contribution should go to him.
Yeah.
So me that buy a house maybe 6 years, 7 years earlier.
Yeah.
If me have my father's contribution.
Right.
So these are just some little things where. So
But
instead of take 240 years for build a free house, you
But-
put some simple things in place.
But isn't there avenue where you can get your money when you don't?
Yeah, you can claim back your money, but
yeah.
the real benefit is buying a house.
True.
So therefore, if you claim back your money, you drink some rum, you keep a party, enjoy yourself. And enough people don't even bother to claim back that money.
Yeah.
You
That's
understand?
true. Most people don't
So
know.
I believe that a man should be, and the worst thing is to be dying and can't left nothing.
Yeah.
And my father said the only thing he could have left me advice. That's what he told me when he was sick. Now when me get big, me I said, must feel away. Now that me I say what me want to do for my child. So at least him should I can sign over and say, yo, my work was on my life, you know. So 6 million there when time.
Yeah.
Right.
Go borrow it. So those are some of the things when we want for the government to try for. We say, yo, yeah, we are still one way. Unless people will say skate on the toll. If him did have so you can't blame him.
People all have less baby too, because they say baby can't skate pan too.
They watch TikTok, not can't skate on the toll, you know, just the car look.
If it can't escape on the tour, it don't worth having.
The
not
man say that if
making
them
any sense.
girlfriend can't skate on the toll, I don't see
That's
car.
right,
The man was say. So,
Then
But
you
yeah,
know,
but
say
it's
you can't
just-
sleep in a car.
listen, man.
You mean you
Policy.
can't drive your house.
All of this is
Yeah,
policy.
the
If
bad.
people can see an avenue where them can, because nobody's an enemy of themselves in a real life. You know? It is bad education and bad policy that make a man become an enemy of himself.
Yeah.
If you show him the right way, him not choosing for himself. You may be an enemy to you, you know, and say you're for dead a bush, you know, but to himself, natural human inclination is to be kind to themselves.
Yeah.
So if you teach them the right ways, financial management and all of that, you know, so them know what house appreciation is. They have never seen it. So if they don't know what house appreciation is, how they must compare that with car. When we come now, oh, but your house gonna get more value.
True.
And he has never seen.
True.
Yeah.
And I was talking about my the situation with my family. Like I saw it in real time too, and saw it quickly. It was like, what? Like from 3 years from that to that, like, yeah. So you need they need real life examples
Real life
of how
examples.
it really can, and that's why social media, TikTok, gives them that quote unquote that sort of real life example.
Well, it give them a fake life example.
Yeah.
But
So we just need counter.
Real today.
For example, like I always said, the music is bad. Imagine if the government did buy an hour every day for good music, meaning clean music. In the heights of 5 o'clock, in the prime time, the government sponsored that segment. Say, yo, clean music, make some clean music.
Should have asked Nigel
And
if
then-
that day I budget.
No, I ban neither. But I'm just saying. No, but you could encourage
Yeah, you'd encourage
people
artists.
making this
Yeah.
type of music. You understand? And then now, because they might get airplay and this and that, and we'll put a promotion budget and whatever, then you start to have a counter argument. You understand? Because Bounty did say book, even though he said anytime you're hungry again, you're going to see me 9. But book never get the promotion. Where anytime you're hungry again, you're going to see me 9. It never gets sustained. So government should have sustained book, because that is the one you want them to listen. Because if it are going to make you violent, it should have make you read. If the music lewd and make you violent, then the music good should have make you read. They should have book if you buy into it.
Exactly.
So these are the things. I just want to see them try something, because not trying nothing is not working.
Everybody get crossed off our list now.
Yes. I think so.
You got to. You are good.
Tough time I forgot out, but next time.
Next time,
Oh God.
Ah, God, them vaccine there.
Yeah.
Ah, gosh. Ah, dear.
Hey. He provided Pfizer too. Pfizer.
They killed me after the AstraZeneca.
They were doing their best. None of us knew the answers at the time.
You ever go to Illuminati party before?
Who, me? No.
Yeah.
No. We're not even them not really invite me them to come here and rule them.
You never go to dinner in blanket before, you know?
No.
Okay.
I'm not even in the way you call them thing the way I'm in the like enough politician in it, man. Like Lodge. I'm not even in
Lodge. Yeah, but
and they've never invited me. I don't know. They never.
But say you don't get an invite.
They've never sent me an invite yet.
What?
You know?
We get
Like
an
them say
invite.
this youth and
Yeah, forget up. Get a ring.
Yeah. We get
No.
an invite last week.
Eh?
Last week though. Last week we
to
did
the lodge.
No,
To the
the
party?
Illuminati party.
To the
Can you stop
Illuminati.
calling it
party.
that?
No, first of all, you know,
Yes, it was last week.
to which party that?
It's dinner and black. We just do
But it's not
want
Illuminati, is it?
yeah, no, it's not.
No.
I didn't want to look for the story. I said, oh, my mother really approve me for that.
No, but my mother is like my mother. We prayed on the whole place. If
Blood of Jesus.
my mother ever hear you and watch this,
We take her out for Mother's Day. And like, she said, son, I have some concern. I saw a video. I said, Lord, that mommy, first of all, I tell you, don't watch the videos that we do. Don't watch it. No, but I saw it and I'm concerned. I saw a video about the going to Illuminati party. I said, mommy.
Is it true?
Is it true? Yeah, you can just imagine how that a girl at the church group.
No.
No. Ever since he start go church,
Yeah.
he get the Illuminati start color
That's
ear.
how the hot boy broke out.
Yeah.
my mother will pray on the whole thing. Man. My mother show up and pray for them too, man. So I have to be careful. My mother gonna ramp with this thing.
Yeah, she a pre read my man. Said, mommy, it wasn't any new. I was just joking. It was just a joke.
Yeah, sometimes
No.
the joke sucks.
No.
Yeah. And then
about
the
dark
brand, you know, and the
jokes.
brand no go to call me that one diver that I go on. But me try. Me a Christian in my outlook. Anything when I pray that kind of make me uncomfortable. And is it true?
Same here.
Me have too much questioning if you not answer if you go reach God right now. Me not solve cancer yet and then think that if you go reach if God exists. Too much things for me think about. So me just hold on upon that from my barn and say that me depend. You understand? So me not really expose myself to the other things that could confuse me right now. Come here try to fix housing, you know what I mean? So when me done fix that and the country good and everybody nice, I'm gonna say about the God thing, but it might have too late by that time.
Yeah, all of that. All of that too.
My mother now, growing at that, and me never think she foolish. Me say God work enough things for me. Sometimes 2 + 2 = 40 for me. You understand? And me know say God intervene. So me just hold that and say that me I work with.
Yeah.
You know? So me not really accept them.
We don't do
Car
that.
ring and drink blood and nyam foul and
Wait, chicken?
Yeah.
Chicken is Illuminati.
chicken man never cream.
Farming, goats.
Yeah. Me do goat, me do egg them, you know, me try.
Yo, the egg.
Yeah.
We don't want to get your reaction to the video. I do a lot of reaction.
Where you
This is
go
a
find now?
you know, see what I go on, I know. The party them get advanced, I know. You know what I mean? Card machine. The money pull up there.
And the money pull up on the car.
From the card machine, eh?
Run in the car now. Run in the car. Run in the car.
So you get your receipt.
You want to look, sir? So I work with the phone, having card machine and $4,000. Money pull up.
Good for your bar. Although it might have make time waste.
I depend.
Process seem longer
I
than just
depend. Don't
cash.
make them see.
Yeah, this coming like VAR.
But you know the all-inclusive concept start with what the company name. But the first hotel with all-inclusive gave you fake money. So you pay your money up front, and then you got like beads that you gave them for drinks and gave them for food. And whatever. So there's a way if it does make you pay one money up front, and then you get something that you use as a
Yeah, I get
as a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
You just send receipt, finish. But this innovative still have a one.
Well, you have to do that, you know, because the time they don't.
Yeah.
We reach
Pretty
us.
soon we're not gonna have no. I mean a cheap card, yeah, you know. Them swipe card,
Swipe.
AITX, right? Like the band, yeah.
So I know me like it still. The party thing evolves still, you know.
With the amount of party what we have,
Yeah.
you have to find ways to evolve.
But they also those I think spending too much on the prep for some of the regular parties.
Like what I mean?
Like the local man where I keep a local round robin stream, see the whole setup on TV now, he might get tussle and this and that, and then not make no money. Because it make him cost structure
all the
bit too. In production changes cost structure.
When it, but I mean the simplicity of round robin dances, that's
Yeah.
the vibe where people come for. Like, oh,
That's what I'm saying. But you see, they don't realize
what
that
the
there's a
ghetto looks
sponsor for there's a sponsor for the setup.
Yeah.
They don't have the sponsorship
Yeah.
yet. So sometimes when them put it in, if you build a brand now where you say my dream is to make this big eventually, then maybe it's an investment. But if you just dip on a little thing, just get good music and a bar.
Yeah.
So
That's
some
all
of
they
them
need.
really just spend too
people
much
bring the
on the setup. Now if you make a regular local street dance look like a Sumfest. Because him like how Sumfest look, but him now look on the business component. You understand? To make the fixed cost too high. Once the fixed cost too high, your business is at risk. The rain start fall, you're like, yo, Jesus Christ, you want where your variable cost high. So if a man no come, me not have no cost. Carry back my liquor and consignment make a variable cost. If nobody no drink it, no carry back.
Okay.
You understand? But the stage is a fixed cost. Me have to pay it no matter what. If 0 people come, there's an expense. So when a local man do a thing, he want a low fixed cost. One sound system and one selector. You know?
Business, free business.
But me like this how I go and cater to the people them who don't have cash money upon them.
No, well,
And
you
kinda
know,
hold it
excuse
for
no,
people.
because when a sister asks
Exactly.
if you drinks, you can't say you don't have money
Oh,
for
see
me.
there?
Card.
You can imagine if the wiper you them a walk with them thing and now we have a machine man, you see me? The beggar woman out the door and
And then
walk
I'm
with them
just
thing.
going to be like, Miss, I just don't.
Yeah, me not have cash. Nah, man, I'm going to see this machine. I'm back clad, like, I left my
Always
card.
with it.
Yeah.
That means me not have nothing.
Me not no cash. Let's whip out the machine, man. God do.
But remember, it got this way you can pay by your phone too. You know?
Yeah. Just
So yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a good
many
look.
places in America they don't have
good look.
cashless grocery.
Yeah.
You just take up as you take up, it the barcode swipe and it just add up your something. And when you walk out, you just swipe your phone beep, come out, the money come out to your account.
Yeah, we
Quick and easy.
make further moves to further integrate in the global cashless society.
We now if you look on the business aspect now, somebody will look and say how they can make now a business outcome from that. You understand? Because even the bar can have a swipe card. So you just put your money on it and like instead of a credit card now, it's a debit card. But this is for the bar. And then you put your 6,000, 8,000, your 10,000, you can't get it back, so you have to drink. You understand? So
it has start look bad on some of them establishment where you can't use card. And so even the dance them have card machine.
Remember it's 3%. So that is the other point. Remember you have to pay, the person have to pay the bank 3%. So maybe if them don't have an exorbitant price, because the liquor price might have double or triple or whatever. So by extension, you don't mind the 3%. But some institutions now, when you make a 7% markup, you can't give up 3%. Yeah. So
but some people make you pay the 3.
Yeah, like if you want to use it, you have to
gas station, you have to give me $20
charge.
Right, and so might as well stop use card. Because when you check it add up.
But that is also safer to kind of work with no bag of money.
Exactly, especially at parties. You see me?
But then, member said enough time the system failed to took her up the last
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Charlie, take up things in a Charlie. Do. Wow, the line them free, man. Reach up, ready for cash, banana cash. Oh, the card machine down.
Well, I'm glad I don't ever hear a man tell us it decline. Jesus Christ.
I got the loudest thing in assistance.
Yo, I say, man, dash up myself. I say, yo, look back. I have an next card in the car. Gas. Skate.
Excuse me.
Yeah, man, decline. I worst thing I can hear, but they get somebody you can, man. You better check.
Yeah, one of the biggest fear them for real. Say, yo, decline. What you tell me? Say the money depends on it. No, what you tell me? No.
When you say prefer failed.
Yeah, failed.
You want to try again?
Yeah, man. I must say for try again, man. I say, yo, man, my next card in my car.
I look like catch.
No, man. No, it
one moment.
Man. Yeah, man. From a touchy card, then I see my back, man.
And then, no, this is going to be the nail like cafe. Can you just excuse yourself from the
line?
People just deal with it.
Other people start go over one next line.
Excuse, yeah.
What? So watch it work.
Yeah, man. That's the worst part, you know.
And every time they would have get scandal, really, man. All good, boy.
I will talk loud, man. I go for next card. I know the supermarket and I see my back, man.
No, sir.
Me eat the supermarket from that, man.
You have a shop, so.
I go somewhere else, man. I have a drive past and about 2 supermarket dogs, my guy.
That happened to me too.
Yeah,
Like
man,
one
shit,
time,
man.
my money like declined. I food my order.
About 50K my way, man.
Food ready. I said, Jesus, the money not reach yet. And I'm like, oh my God.
I wasn't there hyping up, but there's money on the card. It should be going through.
One time, I come from Trinidad, you know. Trinidad Carnival I keep, but I come from something else. And the plane full, you know. And I walk some in a first class, you know. Me hear a woman say, "Somebody's a car for I really don't like back here, sit down." Jesus.
Why are you so embarrassing? You finished the first class seat.
Shame. You know the shame when I yell up everybody like everything's good, everything.
That's crazy.
Man says, "Somebody's a car for I back here, sit down." Yeah, man, from that man, me in a Jamaica people, man. I'm gonna take a plane where I come to Jamaica first class. Force them in the bother come back.
Yeah, a situation like them there, you say, yo, with a great for your mask, you know, like you're grateful for the mask wearing, man.
But he can't hide him, locked.
If me not have a first, no man, more time they can't have me just undercover, me hide them alone, you see, man.
Oh, yeah.
But if me not have first guy, I go through Colombia, I go through something.
You need to.
Yeah. I need to whole
And there's always that one guy.
Oh my God, unnecessary connecting flight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they match me up at the end, right? So that's how it goes.
Sir Crawford, you have the song where you want, boss? You have the song in mind? You know the thing going on.
The song when me love now, the one about Pretty Mommy now, that's the song, but the mommy them stress out because I pay a routine, yeah.
Oh.
Stress out in a real life.
No back up me no see I was song.
Yeah.
But The youth they gonna run the place, man. I tell you.
Man.
Yeah.
Nah, man,
Yeah,
talented.
Man run the place.
I
Talented, man.
enjoyed his first
Yeah.
EP, Metamorphosis.
If
First
him
one,
does,
yeah.
and him have a range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Him have a big range.
Yeah.
You understand?
He's
If him
good.
does hold him vibes, and then the woman them love him again.
Yeah.
He's a student at Alcata, man, so.
All seen.
Yeah, man, he's a student.
Yeah,
at Alcata.
yeah. Me like how him a go on.
Yeah.
All right, my
Oh,
what's
yes, sir.
for you this week is Eddy G Bomb. Yeah, Drip. Eddy G Bomber. Yeah.
Now the song name.
Oh, Drip, Mr. Drip.
Okay. There we go.
Funny peak tip, jump na the pool. But I see licks when they hear say me rich. Me really mean it. Looking at me ring the pyramid of Egypt. She say head here to extra. There's so much chain for your neck for.
Alright, so that was
Eddy G Bomber Drip.
Javi, what your song that week?
This week I'm using Jane Macgizmo, and the name of the song is Can't Get You Off My Mind.
Jane Macgizmo, big up yourself, you know.
You off my mind, don't care, that love is blind.
Yeah, I'm ready, I'm a one move steady. If a girl get petty, tell her I'ma move heavy.
You off my mind, don't care, that love is blind.
That was
Jane Macgizmo, Can't Get You Off My Mind.
wife of Teflon Zing Fence. Big up on the damn self.
Who's your most sweet artist this week?
Alright, thank you for asking. Javi, I think me I go with
Sing Jay
Kyoka.
new song.
Come in here. We could play it again there, man. Kyoka, I can't lose. There we go. Kyoka, big up yourself.
Did two come and know me up now. Them can call me hype, not give a fuck no. Trust me, been I do this for some years now. Them can't deny me greatness, them just free yo. And feel like me have it all, no one for lose. And if them bad talents, so them need to prove it.
Alright, so that was Kyoka, I Can't Lose, and that just about does it for Bust Youth Songs of the Week. Remember, people get to vote in when we post these on Instagram. The people or the individual that gets the most votes will be selected to perform at Super Heavy Wednesdays in partnership with Bust Youths /Fix. There we go. What did ad read now? Jervis, go do the ad read now, no? Just get that out of the way. Camera, yes, sir? Yeah, true. Alright, so this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Mecca Miami Weekend, Champion Saturdays and Sunday, starting May 26, 2024. Entertainment by Chromatic, Junior and Creep, DJ Banker, DJ Papi, to keep a Club Euro.
At 120 Southwest 3rd, Ava Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right?
There we go.
Yes, Club Euro, and it's admission $40.
Far down. Maybe I see the fix them, I don't know. Yeah. Big up Mecca, big up Dali Sundays. Be there. Alright, as what I say, big ups to our special guest, Sir Damion Crawford, friend of the show. Give thanks, sir.
Yes.
Always a good convo.
Always.
Thank you, man.
And I really do gain insight and perspective when you come. It's
Right.
definitely, something that you can look into and look into deeper.
You know you're
It's
fair,
always
Rasta.
valid. Yeah.
And don't feel no way. Yeah, just remember, say you're the first original politician to pass.
Yeah.
OG politician.
I need that them to start come to me first. I'm get them approval.
What is it? The message on the man sent me after the Nigel interview. I was dying. I give thanks, Sir Crawford.
Love, man.
Don't
Thank
know,
you,
say I
thank
love.
you, man.
You know what I mean? Where can the people them follow you on the socials?
Yeah.
Just Damion Crawford on TikTok and Instagram and everything.
There we go.
Facebook, everything.
Ari,
Follow me on Instagram at ARIHAMMOND.
Javi Javster.
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Just Jabs, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Just Jabs.
And you can follow me EDOT X, Instagram. Follow the Fix across all social media platforms. But make sure say subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thefixja. Subscribe to our sister channel as well, Extra Fix, youtube.com/Extra Fix. People, I'm going to get to 300,000 subs now on the YouTube now. Get to subbing if you don't sub up already. Give thanks to everybody that is subscribed. All our Patreon them, will not forget the YouTube exclusive member them. Give thanks to Uno as well. And I think I will that enough people. Geek out.